Mic is working. Nice. Welcome. I'm a bit eepy. Welcome to Restarters, and we are going to continue playing Stray Gods Act 2 instead of Birth. Because my throat is being a bit stupid, and I won't need to talk as much if I play a game in which 90% of the things were more like everything is voice acted, well, except the character profiles which I read. So yeah, so they will be better, so I can stream on a vacation day I still have in the morning. Take the chance, you know, the green is real because I like to stream and I want to take every opportunity to do it, but I can't, most women can't. I do my best. Anyway, I have to No, what is it? Hades, and after that we come here. It's loading. I think, yeah. There it is. The game. May I look up anything before? No. I think I will play it on my own on Subtime again, because I'm curious about other choices and other songs, by the way. Also, I found, while I was looking for another picture for the thumbnail, I found like Red Edition or something, and it was apparently the soundtrack with music from Grace if you choose only the red options. So I guess that's how they separated the soundtrack when it comes to songs. There's probably green and blue for the other two. So I will most likely check those out at some point because the music was really cool. Anyway, Act 2. I still suspect Athena. Hello, friendo.
Hey, Freddy. Have you been waiting up this whole time?
Yeah? A goat man sends you off into the night. Your life is on the line. And I'm gonna, what, sleep?
Yes.
What if you were taken prisoner? Kept in a cave by a cyclops, or I don't know, turned into a tree? I was worried sick.
Maybe send a message? Turn into a tree?
Tree? That's random.
Yeah, Apollo kept chasing this woman named Daphne, and it doesn't matter. Important thing is, you're back.
She knows her
Met
mythology.
Apollo tonight, actually.
What? No way. Okay, all right. You have to tell me everything that happened.
We sang together.
Huh. Persephone runs a club called the Underworld. That's a little on the nose.
I wouldn't suggest saying that to her face.
And you ended up staying with her instead of Apollo? I don't know, Grace. She sounds a little volatile.
She has her reasons.
I just hope I don't end up on her bad side again.
You'll figure your way out of it. You're still you.
I am still
But
me.
everything,
That's true.
it's still you.
So what are your options? You need to go back to Persephone at some point?
I could go back to Apollo's as well. Make sure he's not sore about what happened.
Oh, and there's this. Pan left a card, says, "Come by Olympus." I doubt he means the mountain in Greece.
I just spoke to him?
I just spoke to him at the underworld. If he wanted something, why didn't he just talk to me there?
Because he's creepy and wants to get you alone.
Maybe.
Still not a fan?
You know how some people just set your teeth on edge? That's Pan. I can't help it. But it doesn't matter. I said I'd help, and that's what I'll do. You can count on me, Grace.
Thanks, Freddie.
The muse? Oh, the embodiment of inspiration. Can you believe it?
Interesting how Pan is also a love interest. He doesn't seem like one. I thought to Persephone as gossip what Pan had. So, are these choices? Like I can only do one thing this day? Oh, well, unless it's like, I don't know, like at the club that I was able to talk to everyone, but then I could come back to the main reason, so to say. I think this is going to be like a Persephone run. So I'm going to focus on her. Because I'm curious. And also lesbian. I don't need any more reasons. Go! I could also get with a friend. I don't know.
Oh, back
Persephone looks
already, are
cooler.
you? It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to. Much as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan may be our prime suspect after all.
You change your mind about him? I mean, he's the most... Well, Step, as I mentioned multiple times, Athena. I think it's Athena. I think it's Athena. Also, if it was Pan, like, actually Pan, why would he help us? Because he gave us a lead to somewhere, otherwise we would have had absolutely nothing to start with. So I don't think it's... Unless, of course, he likes chaos. He's just fucking around and finding out. Basically, like, oh yeah, I provoked this situation and I want to have fun with the aftermath, so I'm just going to have my fun by letting her do a little bit, you know, investigate a bit, discover a little bit, and see it all unfold because I'm bored. Could be. I don't know, it reminds me a bit of like Yagami. Could have freaking killed everyone like silently instead of trying to make the world see there was someone behind the murders, and that's where he ended up being freaking dead himself. He was too stupid. He should have just minded his own business, killing people left and right without freaking leaving crumbs for others to... Oh, yeah, there's a connection. But well...
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
I did. It doesn't seem like his style. Pan has always preferred scheming over direct confrontation. The thing is, how does he know about you so quickly? What does he hope to gain by sticking his nose in?
A favor or two, I guess.
Half the idols owe him a favor or two. No, he's up to something else. Until I know what it is, I can't discount the possibility that he's involved in all this.
You should know. Pan asked me to meet him at Olympus. I'm not sure why.
What's Olympus?
Oh, that's interesting. Did he happen to say what he wanted?
No. He probably wants to cash in his favor.
Huh. That's what he does. Collect favors and then use them to gather even more favors. To what end, I dare not guess.
Maybe that's a motive?
Maybe that's what went wrong with Calliope. A favor she wouldn't repay.
Or something she'd discovered and refused to conceal. Now, that would be just like her. You should go ahead and see what Pan wants. It might be useful.
Just throw caution to the wind, huh?
Somehow you'll manage.
With the power of song.
I want to send you to a party, Grace. One Aphrodite is holding. She and Eros know Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance to find out what he's really up to.
Ooh. Why a party?
Why a party? Couldn't I just go wherever she lives and ask her?
You could, but if you go to this party, she'll be grateful.
Eh? Why?
She holds it from time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would. You can put two and two together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really up to.
Why can't you
You know
talk to
Aphrodite
Aphrodite?
better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
She and I don't get along.
Like how you and Apollo don't get along?
Even more intensely than that. I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but unwelcome.
Oh, no.
Suffice it to say, if I showed up at Aphrodite's party, revealing Pan's secrets would be the last thing on her mind.
And I could just talk to Pan?
I still have that invitation from Pan. Maybe it'd be easier if I just went to see him.
You should do both. Just don't believe a single word coming out of his mouth.
I see.
I might catch him in a lie, which is just as telling.
If so, you'd be the first.
One wild party with a goddess of love coming up.
It's less of a wild party and more of a somber affair.
You mean like a cocktail party?
Let me put it this way. Apollo will likely be there.
Well, I had to check in on him, so...
Expectations of fun downgraded considerably. I'll let you know what I find.
I can still go to the other ones. Go to Friday's party or go what Pansy, oh my god. Or go what Pant wants, I guess. So maybe I can go first talk to Apollo and then go to the party. Maybe. Iron some things out. Maybe. Hey, well, I'm sorry for how that ended up.
Grace,
Yeah, told you she'd be back.
what are you doing here? When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that
Why can't we be friends?
I didn't expect to see you again.
Oh, I don't need to choose. You were a I take on you. Can we be friends?
Why? Just because I think Persephone can help me, we can't still be friends?
Is that what we are, Grace? Friends?
I mean, we could be.
You helped me. You brought me to Persephone. I'd say that qualifies.
I'm not sure I've helped you. All I've done is dropped you in Persephone's lap.
And I thank
What,
you for
and that's
that.
bad?
Yes. Well, no. I can never be objective when it comes to my family. They bring out the worst in me. It's why I avoid them whenever possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
Aren't you going to go to Aphrodite's party later? I'm not letting you off the hook.
Oh, no. You're not squirming out of this that easily. You said you'd help. Just because you blew up at Persephone doesn't mean you get to walk away from this.
When we met, I said I would just make things worse. And I was right.
Nah, you are
You
not.
haven't. Even if you had, isn't now the time to fix it?
Again, if it wasn't because of you, I wouldn't have known about the underworld,
Goodbye,
and
Grace.
therefore I wouldn't have gone to Persephone.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
No! Fuck. I'm sad. Oh. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? You're not. You're not. Apollo, I guess? Oh, why is this so slow? Christmas for that. I went to see Apollo at his crappy beach house to see if we could talk things after his storm out of the underworld, and it did not go well. I guess he helped me as much as he could, but I was hoping we'd part ways on a better note. I wonder if it depends on the choices or this is just how it's supposed to be. Did I get anything problem Persephone since I've been with her? Things got ugly between Apollo and Persephone pretty quickly until Apollo stormed out and I let him go. I mean, sure, 2 minutes before Persephone wanted my head in a platter, but now she was willing to help. Isn't that what we brought me here for? This is my new ally now, I suppose. No, I don't think that we got any new info on her. Okay. Wait. Why can't I go back to Persephone? Are you going to tell me something different, or are you going to tell me, hey, go to the fucking party?
I didn't realize come by any time would be taken so literally,
Unless.
Grace. Something specific on your mind?
So I can ask about more things. Tell me
I'd
about
like to
idols.
know a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
What constitutes a little more in this instance?
I don't know. Where do they
Well,
come from? Who they are?
What are we? Where did we come from?
There you go.
If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
True.
Ah, the big question. To which the answer is, nobody knows.
I see.
I remember the original Persephone only vaguely. Indeed, I'm not even certain she was the original. I mean, was there something before her? How did she get her idol on? I couldn't tell you. Evidently, we wrote little down in those early days, or were forbidden to, and our memories only stretch back so far. Anything beyond that simply isn't.
But do you inherit your memories from the last one? Like, your history with Hades, did it happen specifically to you? Or did it happen to a previous Persephone? That's what I don't get.
Isn't it strange to not know where you come from?
And
For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Aliens? Grace, you watch too many movies.
Gods are okay, but aliens are just wacky fiction.
Fine, yes. It is strange. No, our earliest days aren't the only blanks in our memories, however. We have many. And the last was the day Zeus called us all together to tell us Rome had fallen and we should prepare for war. But did that war occur? I couldn't tell you. The last thing I remember after Rome was 1,000 years later, in the 16th century. I was in a different body, feeling as if no time at all had passed. Athena calls that period the gap. And that's what it feels like. All of us experienced it, and not one of us knows why or how.
do you end up taking over the person? Like in a different body? Because, I don't know, this is a bit weird. Because wouldn't that mean that at some point I will turn into Calliope myself?
The gap you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...
I wasn't asleep. I lived. I had lives. I passed on my eidolon. I may have known who I was and what I was, but perhaps I was completely unaware. All I know is that one day, Athena came to my nunnery, near Trieste, I think. The moment that I saw her, all the old memories came flooding back. My life during the gap was wiped away in an instant, and it never returned. If someone did that to us, they were powerful indeed.
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must have been aware.
Athena woke up on her own, or so she claims, and spent the next century rounding up those idols who remained. Zeus, however, was gone. What became of him, what happened in Rome, we've never pieced it together. It's troubling.
Are you willing to talk about Hades? If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just...
Incredibly curious how I ended up murdering my husband?
Yes.
That, yeah.
You know, one might think that my hatred of Hades began when he kidnapped me and forced me to be his bride. But honestly, that wasn't it. I hated my brothers and sisters for letting it happen, but Hades himself terrified me. He had a presence. I mean, one that forever made him the most important man in the room. And me? Oh, I was nothing in comparison. When Hades began doting on me, trying to earn my favor, I swooned that he might deign to think of me that way. For centuries, I actually thought I was in love, that the kidnapping was the best thing that ever happened to me. It's funny how our perspectives change.
What changed?
If you got along with Hades for so long, what changed?
I did. I grew up. I was a trophy for Hades, a conquest that he expected to remain meek and unchanging forever. He went out of his way to keep me small. I slowly realized that, he'd always been that way. Manipulation and arrogance behind the handsome sneer. We battled for centuries. I hated him, and I told him so, but he refused to part with me. He declared that I was his and would stay in the underworld where I belonged.
So the only way Josuke was to
And that's when you killed him?
Yeah.
That's when I killed him. Yes. The first time one idol had ever murdered another. Thank you very much.
I'm
You
guessing
were
the other
punished.
idols weren't thrilled with you killing Hades.
I didn't do shit to stop it.
Yeah, they didn't know what to do with me. And Athena was furious that the most powerful remaining idol had been lost. See, this was before the war and before all the new rules. The chorus had never once contemplated execution, but they certainly considered it then. In the end, they decided it was better to humiliate me. They ensured I did not benefit from Hades' murder and stripped the throne I had wrested from his grasp.
Which you weren't happy about.
I asked them where they were all those years while I pleaded for help. I was held captive, and what was I expected to do? What, lie down and take it forever because Hades was more useful to them alive? No. I stopped doing what was expected of me the day I slit his throat. May he rot in Tartarus with the Titans for all eternity.
The voice acting is freaking fantastic. Holy shit! At the very least, even if you didn't keep the throne, you're free from him, so that's still a win.
How did you go from ruling the underworld to opening a nightclub named after it?
I won it in a bet with Dionysus, god of merriment.
Okay, there has to be a story there.
Well, the story is that he was a fool, but a charming one with many patrons. They built him a nightclub as his personal playground. And it was a grand old time for Dionysus in the 1970s, I assure you, but he didn't know how to run a business. By the time disco was ready to die, so was his stupid club. So I offered to make it profitable. If I succeeded, he would turn ownership over to me. He accepted because, frankly, all he wanted to do was drink anyhow. I was successful. The club became mine, and I kicked Dionysus out for never paying his tab.
Sucks to be him.
Deserved.
If Dionysus ever sobers up, he might decide to be sore about it, but so far, that hasn't happened.
Alona, what was this?
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
We were.
And
if you had told me a decade ago that I would become close to one of the muses, I would have laughed in your face. I always considered them Apollo's creatures. Calliope, Clio, and Talia. Vapid, frivolous gods who handed off their eidolon to any artist who took their fancy. Every time I met one of them, they were someone else. Apollo called them the Sisters of Beauty, no matter their gender. Can you imagine that? That's such a stupid name.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Well, we tend to seek out successors like ourselves, but it happens. With the muses, it happened frequently. Everywhere Apollo went, they surrounded him like a gaggle of ducklings, just like him to gather his own fans.
If you disliked the muses so much, how did you end up becoming friends with Calliope?
She sought me out. She'd become more and more unhappy on Olympus, so she decided to leave just as I had, long before. Calliope asked for my help, and I laughed in her face. Go ask one of your sycophant mortals, I told her. I mean, surely one of them has some threadbare couch you can sleep on.
Wow.
Typically, she was undeterred. She didn't just want a place to stay. She said she wanted to learn how to be truly independent from an idol who had mastered it. What can I say? I mean, I am a sucker for a well-timed compliment. I took her in. Apollo was furious. He and Calliope were barely speaking, but he was certain she'd come crawling back to Olympus. Oh, it made taking her in all the sweeter.
Now, on the other hand, trying to be independent, but you give her an apartment, that isn't being independent. Unless he started working to pay you back, maybe?
After you took Calliope in, that's when you became friends?
Oh, no, not right away. I wasn't looking for a friend. What I was looking for was an opening act in the club. Calliope entertained here for years, and then eventually turned from performing to attracting new acts. She was in her element. She and I, well, we warmed up to each other eventually. She was more capable than I expected, and I adored her furious rants.
Calliope didn't seem like the furious type when I met her. That's hard to picture.
You only met her for
then
like
you
10
didn't really
minutes.
meet her. She was an idealist, and nobody could ever quite live up to her standards for very long. Her brothers and sisters, least of all. The idols needed to change, she said. They were withering away in the shadows, diminished and unwilling to save their own skins. When I joined the chorus, she expected me to change everything, as if I could single-handedly override Athena. I was to be her champion, and together we would bring revolution to the idols. Well, I was yet another disappointment. She left the club, but I gave her a place to live. We were supposed to stay in touch, but you know how it went from there.
So you gave her the apartment.
That's all I can think of for now.
After.
I'll see you around.
Oh, yes, that's where I'll be. Around.
In your office. I can visit. Can I go back again? Let me. What happens if I go again? Do I get other options, or is she going to be like, what the fuck are you still doing here? Maybe it's
I didn't
flirting.
realize come by any time would be taken so literally, Grace. Something specific on your mind?
No, not really.
Ah, okay.
I'll see you later, Persephone.
Then why don't you just take the option away from me if I can't do anything else? I guess I will go, to Aphrodite's party. Go. So in the meantime, did Calliope stay in Persephone's club? Like also sleeping there? Or? I want to talk to you and
Fancy
you throw me
party?
away.
Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace? You're here.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm invited, aren't I?
I'm just surprised you even knew it was happening.
Stephanie told me.
Persephone said I should come to this. Whatever this is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised?
You didn't tell me either. I went, well, you didn't tell me about the party, and you didn't tell me, well, anything related to it, so...
I came to see you, Apollo, and I don't recall you mentioning it.
Exactly.
Persephone said it could help.
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu,
So yeah, they
recollections
do
that are your
inherit the
own?
memories. At some
No.
point.
Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything
Then?
Calliope did.
Why don't they give me a life until then? To discover, oh yeah! After, I don't know how long it would take, but like, oh yeah, apparently Calliope was killed by this person, whatever, like the truth. You'll see it, because you have the memories, no? Why it's only a week? What happened
It's
to
gotta
me?
be a lot of memories. She was, what, 1,000 years old?
More than that. Much more.
Then what happens to me in my piddly 20-something years? It can't be good.
Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them.
I guess that's
and
what
all who came
happens.
before them.
What I was wondering about Persephone before, like, did this happen to you specifically, to another version of you? Does it count as you? Will I become Calliope?
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget for a while. That's what this party is for.
Oh, that's like this going to die? Is this like a ceremony to pass on her idol?
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
Right
in
for
front of
Sparta?
everyone?
What the fuck?
We're here to help, Grace, to make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye, at least for a while.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her 4th, I think, perhaps 5th.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much.
Holy shit.
We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past, while she still remembers it.
Do you support
Do you
this?
support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Exactly.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war, and eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
It's just an opinion, you need to... Well,
Wait. Persephone said Calliope
that's
always
true.
refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try
I
harder.
think she should go to
It
therapy.
was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Oof. It, in a way, it depends on how long they've been alive, I say. Well, not maybe alive, but how often do they do these gatherings? If it's like, I don't know, maybe 200 years or something. If they can actually die, if you think about it, I don't think it's that bad. Like, I get it. If you live long enough as your own person and remembering something awful that you will have to keep in your memories for God knows how freaking long until you decide to pass on your eidolon, I think it's better to choose when to pass it. Like, yeah, I can deal with this, so I'm just going to pass them instead of keeping the memories for longer for technically no reason. It's not like they have a purpose here. Like, the gods aren't here to fulfill any purpose, and when she does that, she's, I don't know, fucking other people over. Though, technically, I guess she's screwing over the next person, but the next person will also probably live for, I don't know, hundreds of years, so I get it.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What did she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
With
Mingling.
who? With who?
Yeah, mingling.
Eros,
Talk
yes.
to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax,
You
Grace.
turned me away when I went to see you, and now we're friends again.
That's what this party is for, right?
Well, I talked to you for a bit, so I'm going to talk to Eros for a little bit. How you doing, boy? Hello.
Grace!
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
That looks like a nice...
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much. You have no
It's like a big
idea.
teddy bear. Getting popping sauce. I don't know if it's the game or if it's my mic being stupid. Are you okay?
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works.
I mean, it works for a bit, no?
Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
It's okay.
No, it's okay. It sounds like a bad situation.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know much about it, would you? I take care of Aphrodite. Ever since we came to the New World, I'm with her. Every single day.
Yeah.
I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over.
It's that
And now
bad.
I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Oof. Oof. Yeah. So what? I am guessing you help when she actually remembers her stuff. How long does she keep the memories for? Or is it just as she starts unveiling, or the veil starts to fade, or lifting more like? It's okay. That sucks. But you shouldn't be in charge of that. Maybe she needs a support group instead of a single person.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Mm-hmm. Can they, like, die entirely, like, actually not pass on the other? Because if this is a cycle that happens over and over again, wouldn't it be better to just stop it altogether?
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide.
Exactly.
They let themselves die without
Then
passing
why
on their eidolon.
can she do that?
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect. Not that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die for a while.
And where is Hephaestus?
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
I know, but it happened to Aphrodite, not me. It's not my story to tell.
I think it's a mic making a popping sound. Because I saw it going up for a bit when it got... I have no clue why. I don't know what is happening. And it wasn't happening yesterday while I was playing other games, so I don't get it. What if I could help? Song therapy?
If I knew what she was dealing with, I might be able to help.
Could you? I
mean,
suppose it wouldn't
try
hurt.
everything at this point, no?
What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals so full of themselves and their supremacy, and he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Did Aphrodite escape?
was captured, but she's here now. So
Maybe
she
it happened
must have
freaking
escaped.
She didn't.
eons ago. Oh,
Do you know the name Hephaestus?
yes.
And wasn't he a smith of some kind? Giant hammer, lived in a mountain?
Some of that is mortal fancy, but yes. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her beyond reason. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
She needs my head.
What is my part in all of this? I'll help if I can.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to remember, to celebrate our history.
I don't remember shit. How am I supposed to help?
She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
Maybe.
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
I mean, we can try. I'll do my best.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
I don't think we'll get any worse anyway, so.
Famous last words.
Unless, I don't know.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
I can, okay. Yeah, like at this point, unless, I don't know, she starts killing people in a blind rage or something, I don't think it can get any worse. I was thinking, like, who is the guy on the left side? Like, he has actual color, like, it's Eros from behind, I guess. I thought for a moment the hair was green, so I thought it was another character. Okay, let's talk to Apollo some more before we go to Aphrodite.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
Eros wants this to stop.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble, piece by piece, only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
I mean, you're watching someone die.
Gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
Why not? Well, it's obvious because he wants to be here for Aphrodite, so...
Why is that exactly? Wouldn't you feel more like you belonged after 1,000 years together?
Is your assumption that all those centuries bring great wisdom?
Maybe.
Don't they?
We get older. We have more to forget. We hold grudges longer. Wiser. No. Not so far.
I should get back out there.
No, let me talk to you some more. As long as I have the option. Unless he's like, bye. Bye again.
Back again?
I should get back out there.
But why do you... this is stupid. Why do you give me the option if you're then going to expand on anything? I don't get it. Back again. So I guess I can't say anything else to him, but then just... get rid of the ocean. Oh? So she's the chosen one?
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you.
Hello.
Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
Nice to meet you
It's
again.
lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly. To have come so
Shall
far.
you? No.
Only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh,
Venus?
what manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi,
you
my
okay
name's
with this?
Venus. And yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
You're okay with this? That's the first question. Are you okay with, you know what's going to happen and you will live for, I don't know, maybe thousands of years only to want to die in the end?
Hi. So, you're okay with this? You know what's gonna happen?
Of course. We've been working together, preparing for, what, 6 months now?
Only 6 months.
Has it only been that long?
Must
Life
be
changing
nice to be prepared.
decision for just 6 months.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. Lady Aphrodite told me. I should have thought about that.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up.
But it's
since
only up
you've
because
shown
you're
such
chosen.
kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's
Because you
nothing
know.
I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be
It
done.
doesn't make it any easier. What the fuck? I
I was hoping I could talk you out of it, actually.
Oh,
Forgive my saying so, but you seem fine.
No, don't say that.
yes, it might seem that way. Well, tell me, Grace, why should I let you try to talk me out of this,
I could say do it for Eros, but in the end you have to do it for yourself and not for another person. Otherwise it's like, yeah, let me be miserable because of another person, and I don't really stand by that. On the other hand, saying this is wrong is like, yeah, but it's her way of coping. On the other hand, in the end it doesn't really help You're just repeating the same thing over and over and nothing is changing. But you've also tried to... I have no clue, to be honest. I'm just saying it doesn't
You
help.
must know this isn't working. How many times have you done this? Has it gotten any better?
Better? I do not remember what better feels like. I remember many things. I remember virtue, heroism, even love. All of it eclipsed by the memories of pain. But tonight is not about becoming better. It's about respite from the pain. And honoring the memory of what was. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Just a never-ending cycle. Dr. Apollo, do you have any thoughts? Or are you going to tell me to go mingle again?
Back again.
Aphrodite won't help me.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
Not surprising. Surely Persephone must have realized that.
How? She's never been to one of these things. Anyway, I'm not sure what I'd do now.
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest.
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
Or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
YOLO.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
YOLO.
I should get back out there.
YOLO. But let me talk to Venus. Are you okay with 6 months? But do you want to become a god in 6 months? What the fuck? What?
I want to apologize again, Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
I don't mind.
Don't worry about it. My foot has been lodged firmly in my mouth since this began.
It's a relief to know I won't be the only one. If I can ask, what does it feel like?
After she's having second thoughts.
Do you feel different?
Because we are going to say exorcist. Not really, no.
Not really. I still felt like me, if that's what you're asking.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was?
No, her memories haven't come back yet.
Gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
Are you sure you're okay with
You
this?
said earlier you're okay with all this, but how can you be?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite.
At the shelter?
She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul.
Oof.
She deserves mercy.
Oof. This is making the choices harder. But this is
Don't
wrong.
you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind
The
of
problem?
murder-suicide pact.
The problem is not that she's ending her life.
Lady Aphrodite is not committing
The problem is
suicide,
that she's
and I'm not being murdered.
keeping the freaking cycle.
Aren't you? Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
I'm
Like, what's
becoming
the
part of something
point?
bigger. Something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible. And I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
You're hoping for too much. No, I didn't want to end the conversation there. Fuck. Wait, can I talk to Apollo again about Venus? And I will have asked other questions before that. No, is it we want to... this is the problem. This is the problem. It's not I'm going to end my life and tired of this shit. I don't want to go through it anymore. No, it's a freaking cycle over and over and over and over and over and over. Like stop. Either do it properly or don't. Stop dragging other people into it.
Back again.
Yeah, maybe I can talk to you. Have you met Venus?
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls.
The most easier to manipulate at this point?
She chooses them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know,
What I was going to say?
resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should get back out there.
Like, if you're choosing the same kind of person over and over again and it ends up the same way, which is getting overtaken by the sadness of the memories, why don't you try choosing a different kind of person that may be able to endure it better? It's a constant cycle because you aren't changing any variables. It's always the same. What the fuck? It's not a better person. Not like you did something wrong.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here, to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided.
Long time. Let's see.
We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures.
So what happened with Hades? We basically started all this, no?
Begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. We sought shelter from the shadows, but were soon ripped from the dark. Those mortal souls that ended us were jealous from the start.
Maybe, yeah, I should focus on the betrayal instead.
For power to
You know, at least be angry instead of sad.
And once they fell before me and worshipped all I was, they chased me down and threw me in a cage, held me prisoner for so long. I thought I'd win.
Survival.
Once again, I was wrong. I was wrong. I see you have the power. It's a poisonous reward.
I don't give them the satisfaction.
Only scorn me when I was once adored, loved by every mortal, then ripped from paradise. No one suffered greater till he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me, he struck a deal with our enemies' enemies.
made a secret weapon so my captors let me go.
Are those bombs? And guns.
He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory. And this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
Changing it up.
I gotta say that I'm amazed I held my tongue for so long. Not such a fan of this old plan, but who's to say that you're wrong? Now shoulda gotta erase a memory when there's no chance of changing history. This guy that sacrificed his life so you can live in his place. Wish he'd drop by, cause man, I'd die to see the look on his face. You try to hide from your reality, but then come back with regularity.
Yeah.
And if you notice a disparity, then what's the meaning of his legacy? Everybody. Who gives a damn about your suffering?
Okay, no.
Who wants to see you be yourself again?
Everybody.
Who feels your pain in case you're wondering?
Everybody.
You got the time, but it's the stuttering. Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
That's one angle.
This is what we do now that morons moralize. Baby through their mouths, how could they sympathize? Please, just shut it, or rain down from above. Hate flooded into the drains. I feel nothing of love, only the fear of the chains. Over long
Many people are here because they love you.
It's not my blood inside these veins, only human remains. Calling forth. Everybody knows my pain is insurmountable. Everybody fights your attitude detestable. Everybody wants to hold themselves accountable. Everybody have you something more suggestible. Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
Listen to Eros.
I never thought you'd let it get this way. I stood by watching what we've built decay. We're just pretending that the ending is near. Mother, isn't it clear? Your family's here. Everybody can see the agony you're going through. Everybody knows the goddess is inside of you. Everybody keeps repeating what they're meant to do. Everybody, I've got to stop it just to prove to you. Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
I'm going to look, and the end it's her choice. And then it's her choice, but
the hell they put me through. Everybody would appreciate a little less from you. Everybody who wants to do the thing they're here to do. Everybody, is anyone else here getting deja vu? Everybody, it's time.
okay, so she's going to go through with it. Okay. I wasn't going to force her, so. I just didn't want to force her. If she doesn't want to, well, that's her choice, I guess. I did what I could without imposing.
Are you...
Yeah, still Venus.
I'm fine. I'm still myself. I thought there'd be something more, that I'd feel her presence, but she's just...
Told you.
Gone.
She'll be back. But she'll also be you. She'll be... different.
I'll try to be ready. I promise.
I'm sorry, Eros.
I'm really sorry, Eros. I know you wanted me to convince Aphrodite to change her mind, but...
It's all right. There's no convincing her, was there?
She didn't have the strength to fight any longer. At least, now she can rest.
I suppose that's true. Before we go, Aphrodite told me you wanted her help to learn about Calliope's death. I'm not my mother, but maybe there's something I can tell you. Do you have any suspects yet?
Athena. What a pun. I have theories.
For starters, it has to be one of the idols.
An idol killing another idol? That hasn't happened in a while.
It had to be someone who knew Calliope and wanted her gone, with enough knowledge and power to fool the chorus. They didn't plan for Calliope to get away. I was an accident. They covered up everything else so well.
I was an accident.
You're probably right, Grace.
You're thinking of Medusa, aren't you?
Oh? Wait, what?
Wait, hold the phone. That chick who turns people into stone?
Yeah, that's the one.
Medusa works for Athena as, well, as a watcher. That's how Lady Aphrodite described it.
Mother always complained there was something wrong about Medusa, that she would be trouble eventually. Athena disagreed.
If you're gonna start looking into anyone, Grace, start with her.
Come now, Venus. It's been a long night. I'll get you home.
Thank you for everything, Grace. Truly. It was a wonderful song.
Apollo, can you tell me about Medusa?
So, did they have anything helpful?
Maybe. What do you know about Medusa?
Medusa? That's a rather dark name to unearth. Are you thinking of seeking her out?
If I can find her?
Do you know where she is?
Not really, no. Medusa makes it her business to stay out of sight. Athena employs her as a spy master, a hound to do her bidding, a vicious hound at that. Athena's not likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know.
Maybe Pan? Pan knows,
all right,
seems
Grace?
like someone who knows things.
You seem troubled.
Aphrodite went through so much.
Aphrodite went through. It's a lot.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the life of an immortal. It never ends.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Way to really sell it, Apollo.
Well, I'm not going to die either.
How are things with Persephone? Is she helping as much as you thought?
I mean, she brought me here, so... I like her.
I kind of like her. Way more than I thought I would. Why?
All I mean to ask is, has she said anything?
What?
About...
No. Never mind. It's none of my business. Please forget I asked. Give my regards to Persephone when you see her.
As I must say, it's also interesting how the subtitles are like at the top instead of down. Persephone, stuff happened.
Apollo.
Yes, Persephone.
Always so dramatic. Well done, by the way. And cheers to you, Aphrodite. You shall be missed. For a few years, at least.
Did I really think?
Still don't know if I did the right thing.
Well, it was never up to you, Grace.
Mm-hmm.
The choice has always been Aphrodite's.
Exactly.
She's been in hell since the war. And you were only a visitor. I remember the last time I passed on my Eidolon. 1952. I was married to, well, I'd say you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean, vicious little thug. Persephone saved me from him. Tore his head clean off. But not before he fired a shotgun into her chest.
Holy shit.
My chest? Whatever.
Do you
Do you
remember her?
remember who you were before?
I still am her. Chastity, that is. You can see why I switched names. I remember being disgusted I was ever that weak. I mean, Persephone made me strong. But it never really goes away. We all have our sordid history, our personal
Yeah,
horrors,
this mention
building up like sediment around our souls.
they do for people
You
similar
can't
to
let it
themselves.
bury you, Grace. You are the only one who can keep your head afloat.
You're incredible.
You're incredible. You know that?
There's no need to be facetious, Grace.
No, really.
I am incredible. It's true. It's good that you recognize this.
Okay, I take it back.
Oh, you can't take it back, Grace. I would have thought you'd learned that by now.
After centuries of cruel injustice, everybody working against me, every idol but for one, violent with apathy. We couldn't reach a resolution, but you and I, I'm queen of the underworld, and you, Grace, you. Something seems familiar about you. Have we met some lifetime ago?
I don't know, is reincarnation a thing?
Gods like me don't have too much to hope for. The rules been fixed throughout the ages, so I have forged a daring path. I would like to make some changes. You see, we can win a revolution, you and I.
What are you planning?
I'm queen of the underworld, and you, Grace, you are a queen. You're old, your dominion, and
you want your kingdom back?
you're on the right track. It sounds like they hurt you, defied or usurped you. It's time that you kick them right back. You've got one big
It's funny how I'm
mouth
choosing the aggressive options
don't you?
most of the time.
Yet it's me who's closing in.
She's so tall.
Think I like that mouth on you, won't you?
She's going to pull away. No! No! No!
Go home.
No! 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 Don't do that! No!
Get out of here, Grace.
No! No! Oh. Yeah, back up! No! No, come back, come back, come on, continue. No! No! Damn, no! Did I fuck up? Maybe I fucked up. Let me check the journal. Oh. No! Okay, this is a new... Did I have any new info on Calliope? Oh, why is this? Maybe I can use the... Yeah. Persephone told me a little about how Calliope came to her at the underworld. How at first Calliope was just a singing act, but eventually they warmed up to each other. Until Calliope's lofty expectations became too much. I'm willing to bet Persephone had just as much to do with their parting ways, but it sounds like for a while they were indeed close. Hermes is new. No, Hermes is new. Hermes is new. I thought it was a Hephaestus. Okay, nothing new. I guess Aphrodite is throwing some kind of party. Persephone thinks I should go since Aphrodite knows everyone who's anyone and might be able to help me. She's being kind of vague about what the party is about though. Should I be worried? Ares told me all about what Aphrodite went through during the war. How she was kidnapped by the enemy, how she was freed by her husband, Hephaestus. who she never even got to thank or say goodbye to. She's riddled with so much guilt and trauma, and she can't escape any of it. As soon as her memories return, she's in constant agony, even if she hides it pretty well. Even so, he doesn't think what she's doing is the right answer to her problems. His telling hasn't helped so far. I told Eros that I tried to persuade Aphrodite to hold on. Who knows? Maybe it's not even possible. Who knows? Maybe it's not even possible. I have to try because this, what she's been doing to cope, this clearly isn't the answer. Apollo said something about Aphrodite which has stuck with me. He says she chooses successors who are kind, generous people because he thinks that in time that will make her a better person. Once the song was over, I couldn't do it. I couldn't take away the rest Aphrodite wanted so badly. She's gone now, and her idol has passed on to Venus. I don't think she was behind what happened to Calliope, but if she was, then I guess her secrets went with her. And that had to be okay, I figured it out. I really didn't want to take the choice away from her. In the end, it was her own freaking choice. It just her. Maybe it was the wrong thing to do, but I appreciate independence, or more like freedom of will, freedom to choose for yourself. And guess who I bumped into at Aphrodite's little death party? Smart work, these idols. Turns out it was good Apollo was there. I can't believe Persephone sent me in without a heads up. Anything new here? No. Persephone. What's that? Why are you doing that? What the fuck? Can I not? Oh no, I was being stupid. I think finally I know the whole story about Hades and how Persephone murdered him. You know what? Sounds like he got exactly what he deserved. Yes. After Aphrodite's party, Apollo said something odd about Persephone. Is she hiding something from me? I don't know what to make of it. I went to see Persephone after Aphrodite's party, and in the middle of reminiscing to me about the last time she passed on her eidolon to a gangster's wife, Persephone and I had a moment. At least I thought we did, but then she went cold again, and I'm left wondering if I imagined it. I crossed some line with her, but which one? It's so weird. Maybe I should have talked about her heart, instead of going, yeah, you will rise up. I don't know. Maybe. Is there anything new with Pan? This is interesting. I thought Apollo and Persephone had kind of dismissed Pan being a suspect when we were all together, but now Persephone has second thoughts. She thinks he's a schemer and his sudden appearance was too convenient, so he's back on the list of suspects, I guess. Eros... Okay... I met Eros later on at Aphrodite's party, and suddenly his dark mood makes sense. It seems that he's Aphrodite's constant caretaker. He's watched her throw these parties and die over and over, and I think he's finally reached his limit. He can stand Aphrodite's pain, but I think he doesn't know what to do about it. He's hoping I can convince her to stop, which is a tall order for sure, and I don't know that it will actually make her better. Yeah. Paul said that he thinks Eros has stayed with Aphrodite all this time because he feels like he owes her. Once upon a time, it was Eros who was the eternal disaster, Apollo's words, and she was the caregiver. So now he must return the favor no matter how it hurts his soul. I think Apollo's probably right. In the end, I couldn't do what Eros asked. I couldn't take that choice away from Aphrodite. I think he understood, and I guess he didn't have an alternative to offer anyhow. But it was still hard to watch him sinking on himself when it was all over. I hope he and Venus will be alright. Venus. I met Venus, who's supposed to be the new Aphrodite. Her name's Venus, and she seemed really sweet. Aphrodite has been preparing her for months. Must be nice. And she seems to know what she's getting into. But does that make it okay? In the end, I let Aphrodite go through with the ritual. She deserved mercy, just like Apollo and Venus said. So now Venus is here, just without her memories, at least for a while. As they both intended. I hope I did the right thing. Medusa. And we get a peek at her. Now this is interesting. Once Aphrodite's party was over, I spoke to Venus and Eros, and guess who they brought up as a suspect? Medusa. You know, the monster with the snake hair who turns people to stone? Even I've heard of her. Since Medusa's alive and well and works for Athena as some kind of watcher? What is that, like security guard? Spy? Venus said Aphrodite was always suspicious of her and she's worth looking into, provided I can find her. Yep, can I talk to Persephone some more? Or is she going to be like, go away? I don't like your vibes. Maybe?
You've returned. I'm glad. I've had time to do some thinking. After Aphrodite's party, we never really spoke about the Eidolon and Calliope's memories. No doubt you have many questions.
Apollo told me a little about it. He did say I should talk to you, though.
Did he now? Is there anything you'd like to ask?
How many times have you died?
How many times have you died? Can I ask that?
We call it passing on. I've lost track of just how many times I've passed on my Eidolon. A dozen? It's happened less often in more recent eras.
And the one you told me about, the woman married to that gangster? She was the most recent?
I don't think of Chastity as a she. That was me, just as the one my husband blasted with a shotgun was also me. It was one of the few times I wasn't able to prepare my successor. We were friends, yes, but I didn't know what Persephone was, and I had no idea what I'd just become.
So, that must have been difficult.
Kind of like me,
it was
but
more difficult taking over my dead husband's territory. Women weren't often mobsters in those days.
You really were a gangster.
Really a gangster? I've heard it said, but it sounds...
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. I felt as if I'd been blessed by a dying woman who saved me from a prison of my own making. I didn't know what I was, but I was free. I felt more alive than I'd ever felt before, and strong enough to toss an ox 10 feet.
Yeah.
Did I set out to become a mobster? Not exactly. My husband's friends thought I'd murdered him, however, so they came after me. And one thing led to another.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh, I see.
Athena found me just as my memories were starting to return. I wasn't permitted to continue doing something so noticeable, so I was carted off to Olympus. It's too bad, really. I was an excellent mobster.
I see. Well, I've been told it is, but...
Wait, you said that Persephone passed on her Eidolon as she lay dying. What if she had just died?
The Eidolon will keep us alive for a time, even in the most horrific circumstances, in hopes that there's someone to pass it on to.
Oof.
What if there isn't? What if Chastity had died before you were shot?
Well, then the line of Persephone would have ended then and there. Oh, there are some stories that say an Eidolon will go wandering, that it never really dies. And who knows if there's any truth to that. It's not exactly something we've had the opportunity to study. All we know is that many idols have left us forever. They've died, and that's how it happens.
When all these memories start to return, will I feel different?
Probably.
First, you'll have dreams. Places you've never been, people you've never met. But unlike with normal dreams, these will linger. Then they will come while you're awake. Sudden flashes or snippets of déjà vu. And sometimes it will seem so real you'll swear you're hallucinating. If there's anything difficult about the process, is that it becomes hard to differentiate between your life and all these other lives you're now recalling.
Well, that sucks.
It does sound confusing.
Confusing and often unpleasant, as not all the memories will be fond ones. But that will pass in time.
You said it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Oh, how do I explain this? Grace, would you say that you are who you are because of your experiences? The things you've lived and done?
Yes.
I guess so, sure.
Well, all the things Calliope has done, and those before her, will now be yours. They will feel like a part of your life as well. Thus, they can't help but shape you. The Grace that is now will be and will have done so much more. Fortunately, you don't have to deal with every memory. Each time the Eidolon passes on, the oldest memories fade, and that helps.
Wait. If the oldest memories get, like, erased, wouldn't that mean that each time Aphrodite passes her memories, part of them disappear? couldn't get to a point where the oldest memories are those when she was kidnapped and therefore she wouldn't remember those anymore? Like, if that's the case, I guess passing on her idol on over and over again can end up working in the end, but unless they are so traumatic that it doesn't matter how old they are. So maybe?
Wait, how is it
Maybe.
good that old memories start to fade?
Think of how old we are, Grace. If all those memories returned to you with perfect clarity, they would destroy you.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you've all forgotten so much?
Well, far more than we remember. The further I think back, the more it becomes a bit of a blur, actually.
It's how you
recall
can remember
important
when you're
moments.
small.
Some will be mixed up with the stories mortals tell, and you won't be sure which is the memory and which is the story. An idol's memory is a series of islands in a dark ocean, and they become smaller and smaller as they recede into the horizon. It sounds dire, but you become accustomed to it. It just takes time. And now you have all the time in the world.
Wait, am I
It's a
stuck
lot to
on this
consider.
edge?
Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Either the trial will end poorly, in which case all of this is moot, or it will end well, and you will have plenty of time to digest.
Yeah, thanks for the update.
I'm a realist, Grace. It's what I'm best at. Now then, unless you've something else to ask.
I guess not. Oh, there's more. I was thinking of something, I forgot. What happened to their muses?
What happened to the other muses? You mentioned 2 others. Were they lost in the war?
One of them was, though not like you think. The day we were to leave on the ship, Talia simply never showed up.
Do you know what happened to her?
We never heard from her again. Apollo thrashed about in mourning, but, Talia had been fading away for years. It wasn't a surprise to the rest of us.
What about the other muse, Cleo?
Died long before. A victim at the hands of a mortal man, when she no longer possessed the power to bedazzle him. As I understand it, he kept her in a cage as a pet until her eidolon shriveled up and perished.
What?
He was dead before she was.
That can happen?
That's pretty dark.
Yes, well, we come by our wariness of mortals honestly, Grace.
Damn. What's your
What's the
with
deal
Apollo?
between you and Apollo? The way you 2 fight.
I've told you how he and the other idols stood by and let me rot with Hades. Did I not?
Yes.
It seems more personal than that.
Okay, there's an old saying that no one escapes the underworld. But that's not true. I did. Once. Not long after Hades kidnapped me. I was homesick, and I missed my mother. Charon took pity on me and allowed me across the Styx. And after that, Grace, I waded through darkness itself to get out of there. Hades chased after me relentlessly, but I evaded him, right up until I got to the very slopes of Olympus. And who do you suppose was the first idol I met?
Apollo.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Apollo stood there. I cried out to him, begging him not to let Hades take me, and yet Apollo did as he has always done.
Fair.
Absolutely nothing.
Fair.
Hades was thrilled, and I knew then and there I could never rely on my so-called family for anything, ever again.
Okay, fair. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Tell me more about the war. It seems to have had a huge effect on all of you.
That's putting it mildly.
From Aphrodite's song, I know Ares betrayed everyone.
So did
What
Ares
did you
die?
do?
Honestly, after my mother was murdered, I barely remember.
Your mother?
Her name was Demeter. Not truly my mother, but an idol who had always cared for me since the early days. I thought we'd be together forever. Then Ares brought those filthy bastards down on us. Demeter was slain by bullets. Until that day, I had believed we were untouchable.
Why did Ares do it?
Why would Ares do that? Did he get anything out of it in the end, or...?
What he got was a final death. A few of us hunted him down and made sure he paid for his betrayal. He choked on his own blood. As for why he did it, who knows? He thought us a lost cause. He wanted glory. He wanted more than we had, living in secret.
I know he isn't living anymore.
After that, I don't know. We went from hiding place to hiding place. I didn't even know what Hephaestus had done for us when I found myself on a boat. We might have been gods once, but after the war, we were just refugees, like so many others, fleeing to a distant land.
Does that mean like super recent?
Was it hard for the idols to come to the new world? It's just a place like any other, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't the place that was hard, it was the fear. We knew we were vulnerable. We knew mortals could and would kill us. Suddenly, there were rules. We had to be secret. We had to stay close together. We huddled in the shadows and quaked each time the mortals so much as breathed in our direction. We couldn't all live that way. Some of us drifted away, faded into the night without so much as an explanation. That's what's been the hard part. Our inevitable decline in a place where we don't belong. We can pass on our eidolons as often as we like, but it will never truly be home.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around?
In your office?
Oh, yes. That's where I'll be. Around.
Can I talk to you some more, or are you going to turn me away? No, I'm not going to meet, but can I talk to... I don't know. Give me other options? Or are you going to tell me, go away?
Back again, Grace? People will talk.
Let them talk. I wanted to talk.
About what? It seemed like you...
Wanted to keep our relationship on a business level. Yes. I help you, you help me.
Yeah, that. Though I don't know what you could need my help with.
Oh, I'm sure I'll figure something out in time. Now then, unless you've something else to ask?
No, not really.
Okay. That's actually the end of this interaction. I see. Journal. Do you have anything new? Calliope. No. Aphrodite, maybe? No. Apollo. Yeah. Persephone finally explained what her real beef with Apollo was about. Once, she escaped from the underworld with Hades hot on her heels, and when she finally got to Olympus, the door she ran into was Apollo, and he did nothing. And try to imagine what it would have been like to be dragged away by a smug Hades while the other brother you thought would help, who had to know how desperate you were, just stood there and let it happen. I can't help but wonder if that's the entire story, but even so, it all makes sense now. Yeah, I don't. That sucks. I wouldn't be friends with him either. I heard him mention a couple of times now that Persephone used to be a gangster. Apparently, her eidolon was last passed on to Chastity, the wife of a mobster who she then replaced for a while, at least until Persephone's memories returned. This must have been, what, the 1950s? Pretty crazy to think about. I finally learned a little about what Persephone and the other idols went through during the war. She told me about how Demeter died, how Ares betrayed them to the enemy. Just think, one day you believe you're a god, for real, and the next you realize just how vulnerable you really are. That has to have messed with all their heads, not just Aphrodite's. I guess nothing new on the others. No. So first I will go talk to Freddy. How are you? Okay. Hace mucho what I got. Talk to Freddy and then talk to Pan.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse?
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having.
They had to go to Pan.
Well, I went to a party held by the goddess of love, and she died.
Yay.
Man, I always miss the really good parties. Here I was, sitting at home, just reading a book.
I'll imagine next time.
Okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
I'm just not that good, but... what do you know of the
Exactly
gods?
how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddy?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's gotta be some truth to those stories, right?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Persephone was indeed kidnapped.
Who do you want to hear about?
Ask about Calliope,
Do you know
actually.
anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9. Though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
Wow. I don't even like poetry.
Maybe
Yeah,
you
it
were
was
in
said
time.
her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
Can I do that? About
What about
Athena?
Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
She didn't seem that wise.
But mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge. Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Nope.
Yeah, guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. It's a whole thing.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her, then. What about Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses.
Hello, you
kind
know-
of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan. And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
We are playing a game about gods and a murder. And we had to figure out who the murderer is. Because I/Grace, which is the dark-haired lady over here, the lady Calliope died in her arms, and her eidolon, which is like her soul, passed on to Grace, and now she's an idol herself, basically. And we still don't know who the fuck murdered Calliope.
Just how many of these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology, hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there's never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I sort of assumed it was related to the eidolon.
Which is a Greek word, but I think it means ghost. An image of someone after they die.
Makes sense.
Me? I'm more amazed at all the big names missing. Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone. Makes you think about what's been lost, but also what might still be out there.
Yeah, because they haven't told us about how each one died. Like Hades, yeah, they went against him because he betrayed all of them. But there's no mention of Zeus or even Poseidon. Maybe.
You think there might be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know? Then there are all the other mythologies, hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right?
True.
All those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere and no one would know.
It's like a whole other secret side to the world.
Yeah, it's
God
cool,
society.
right? I hope I get to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi?
Well, maybe you met a god and you are unaware of it.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry, she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Well, she
she's
is pretty
pissed.
pissed. That much is true.
What about Pan? I don't know shit
You
about
said
Pan.
Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
And you don't like him.
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil.
Is that why he
Weirdly,
has
he's also
horns?
the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why. Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat. Next time you see him, you gotta ask him about it.
Okay.
I wonder how much of those stories are true.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
I mean, their stories.
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
I'm supposed to be meeting Pan, so maybe I can ask him about the statue.
You know what I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline, Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right.
Time to go to the dark web and look for god UFOs.
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
No.
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
And where is Kaz?
Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
I see. Oh, true, the band. We're looking for someone else to join the band, and all this shit happened.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or two, we get back to it and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
Look, Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
The only problem is that that's another thing. I was going to talk about it, but then I forgot. Like, when they pass their eidolons, do they stop aging at whatever time they get their eidolons at? Or, I don't know. I don't know if a child could turn into a god? Will they stop aging? Or will they age until they're like 20-something and then stop? I think this is going to turn into a vampire situation where they can't really stay in the same place for too long or people will start asking questions.
Okay, that's enough questions for now.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
More mystery solving. Yep. Anything new in the journal? No, nothing new here. Nothing new here. I don't think there's anything new to anybody unless. No. Yeah, I don't think there's anything new on anyone. Okay, so I guess it's time to talk to Pan finally and ask him about the statue.
I'd say hello, Grace, but I'm afraid that look on your face might be catching.
What is this place?
This is similar to the...
It's a garden, darling. Surely even mortals have.
Place where we sang last time.
This building. All those people I passed getting up here. Are they all idols?
Oh, at least some of them. Welcome to Olympus, dear Grace. Our home hidden away in plain sight. Marvelous, isn't it?
Yeah, all the walls are really well designed. They look really, really nice. At least this Apollo. My tracking. Oh. There we go. They look really nice. And they can be love interests. I'm trying to pursue Persephone, but I don't think the choice I made last time was the right one for her.
How many idols are there? I've met, what, less than 12?
Oh, I don't know, 20, 30. Our numbers have dwindled so much I've stopped keeping track.
I didn't know there were that many gods.
We're not all equally legendary, it's true. Some idols were barely worshipped, others not at all. Indeed, not all of us are idols. Some are merely immortal. Hangers-on, if you will. You'll meet them all, given time.
Idols live here? I mean, Calliope didn't, obviously. Apollo doesn't either.
One must have special dispensation from Our Lady of Wisdom, Athena, before they can take up a private dung heap like Apollo's.
Am I gonna have to give up my apartment?
Oh no.
That's rather putting the cart before the horse, darling. First, you must outlive me.
So yeah, you will have to prove that we haven't killed Calliope in a week.
Good point.
Otherwise they kill us. Isn't that fun? We had to find the killer in a week.
I've passed this part of the city 100 times. I've never seen this building. Was it always here, or...?
Our Lady Hecate provides glamours that allow certain things to go unseen, such as my glorious horns. Olympus is the same. Those invited see it. Those who aren't see exactly what they expect. It's not anywhere as grand as in the old country, but it serves its purpose.
I don't know, Pan. Olympus seems pretty grand to me.
As if mortals would know any better. This isn't the first time you've been here. I'm sure Hermes took you to Athena's dreary office.
Oh yeah, where they had cookies.
That's here? Huh.
Good one, that Hermes. Almost as dull-witted as the original, but biddable.
You asked me to meet you here?
I did. Though I feared you might decline, considering your rather callous rejection earlier. Regardless, my pride is intact, as is the favor you owe me, which I now wish to collect.
Oh, what do you want? I'm not breaking rules for you.
Fine. But just so you know, I'm not doing anything that's against the rules. I already have one trial coming.
Grace, baby, boobala. Have I ever led you astray?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Here's the thing. A friend has begged for my help, and you're far better suited than I to offer what he requires. I'll give you a key to reach the reliquary where he resides. You help him, and then we're even.
Are we?
If that's not enough incentive, The reliquary is also where you'll find the lovely Hecate. A sorceress of her power could aid your quest. What do you say?
What kind of... A second, they're bringing the bell. For what? It was a package for my mom. I don't think she told me there was a package coming, or if she did, I forgot. But yeah, it took me a bit off guard. And they sent it through the elevator, so it's not like I can wait for them to ring the bell of my own door. Anyway, Warpax, thanks for waiting. Yeah, what kind of favor is this? Eto here?
This person I'm to help. What does he want? And why can't you do it?
Well, Grace, there are some things you're better equipped to handle than I. This, as I understand it, is a delicate matter of the heart. One that requires a muse's hand.
A matter of the heart?
What, did you think I was sending you to rough someone up? Set something aflame? Don't be absurd. The man has an issue with his love life. Even if you can't help him, I'll treat the effort as worth the favor.
But why are you cashing in your favor for someone else, is the question.
So that's it? Fix up someone's love life? Nothing trickier than that?
Oh, the way you talk, Grace. It makes me blush.
Well, it's just that...
I trade in willing favors, Grace. If I didn't, no one would want to do as I ask, and then where would I be? I may seem untrustworthy, but allow me to reassure you. If I wish you harm, you will walk into that harm knowingly and with open arms.
Okay, good to know. You can let me flirt. No, I don't want. I won't flirt with you. Wait.
What about Calliope? Did she walk into harm knowingly and with open arms?
No, that sounds a bit accusatory.
You tell me.
What?
I could deny it, of course, but if you choose not to believe anything I say, what's the point of asking the question?
Maybe to check if you're like... what is a reliquary?
What is this reliquary? Doesn't that have something to do with the bones of saints or something?
Not those relics. Our relics. The relics of ancient gods. Magical treasures collected over thousands of years. Books, mainly. We store them in a faraway place so no one unsavory can get their hands on them.
Well, that's grandeur for nothing.
Like you?
Unsavory like most. Athena has decreed that these relics are not to be used by any save Hecate and herself. A rather dull waste of so much amassed knowledge and power, but who am I to judge? I'm not leader of the chorus.
I mean, it seems a bit unfair.
If these relics are off limits, Does that mean they're dangerous?
Some, but I'm not asking you to chase after any of that nonsense. In fact, I'd advise against it.
But what if one of those relics could help me?
My, such an adventurer you are. It's possible, but ask Hecate first. She, and I mean this with complete and uncharacteristic seriousness, is not an idol you or anyone wishes to cross.
I'll keep that in mind.
This Hecate, do you think she could help me?
If she's of a mind. She is the goddess of dark magic, the creator of all our marvelous glamours. If anyone can help you, it is she.
But her magic didn't do much this time.
Of a mind?
Then she won't help you. Grace, that part is up to you. I can't be expected to do everything, can I?
Yes.
I'll think about it. But no promises.
Marvelous. The gentleman you seek is named Asterion. Lovely fellow, quite harmless. Now, if there's nothing else you need.
Like Astarion from Baldur's Gate. But no, that's... Oh my god, flirting. What do you know of Medusa?
That depends. What can you tell me about Medusa?
That is a rather peculiar subject change.
Yeah, I was told about her
name came up at Aphrodite's party. I'd like to look into it.
You'll find Medusa at a dingy little club appropriately named the Viper's Nest. Give her my regards.
Yeah, I knew Bang will know what she
Be
is.
careful if you go there, Grace. Medusa is a hideous creature and should be treated as such.
It's always flirting obsessed with this guy. Oh my god. What does that mean?
I give up. How does one treat a hideous creature?
With care?
With a great deal of respect, if you know what's good for you. I'll send a package to your domicile that contains directions and the key you'll need to reach the reliquary.
I said no promises.
Well, if you decide to go, Grace, you'll still need all those things. Say hello to darling Hecate on my behalf, will you?
So do I get a choice now? Tell what to go to request for Pan's favor. But I can also go to Medusa's lair. New info? New info. Yeah, so of course Pan knew where I could find Medusa. She's in some club called the Viper's Nest. Sounds cheery. Even he said I should be careful of her, however. I guess I'll see for myself. And I guess I should have more info on Pan. I went to see Pan in his natural habitat this time, which it turns out is a giant garden on the roof of a magic office building. Go figure. Anyhow, he's calling in the favor I owe him and sending me to some place called the Reliquary, which I get to by using a magic key and finding a shipping container at the docks to fix an idol's love life. Weird, but okay. I guess I assume Pan's favor will involve, I don't know, mysterious things, illegal things. There has to be more to this. Probably. Maybe this is just the first part. I don't think I got any info on other ones. No. So, since I think the reliquary has to do with the story, like the main story, maybe I should go to Medusa's lair first. Let's see what's up.
This must be the Viper's Nest. Scariest part of town, no sign. Just that one dude glaring at everyone. Well, I'm here now. Just another day in the life of an idol.
Oh, you're going to...
There you are. This place is the worst. I think someone peed on me. Freddy?
What do you have on your back?
What, you thought I wouldn't notice you skulking off? You didn't even bring any equipment, Grace.
Why do you have a mace? Why do you have paint cans? You have equipment?
What kind of equipment does one bring to a meeting with Medusa?
This isn't a meeting, Grace. You're not here to sell her on your business plan.
I don't know.
Please tell me you don't have any weapons in there.
You see one.
Nothing that would get me stopped on the bus.
What about the mace?
Need some backup in there, okay? Do you even know anything about Medusa?
She turns people into stone? Or can she really turn people into stone?
People to stone?
Let's hope not, or this could be a short visit. Or a really, really long one.
I'm serious.
Perseus used a mirror to reflect Medusa's gaze back at her. Oh, maybe you could use your phone.
You think that would work?
Unless you brought a mirror, Grace, it's all you got.
So I just got into whatever room she's in with my phone up. So Pan told me, with respect, treat her with respect, and you just point a phone at her because you don't want to look at her directly.
Okay, I'll bite. What do you know about Medusa?
Well, you know, she was human once, right? And she was cursed.
I didn't
Paula
actually.
mentioned it, yeah.
Cursed by Athena. Or so one of the stories goes, anyway.
But
yeah.
doesn't she work for Athena?
Hey, don't look at me. My knowledge of this stuff stops at a few thousand years ago.
She was once human, but she's
So wasn't she
definitely a
defeated?
monster, right?
One of the worst. Though who knows if that is still true?
From what Apollo said, I don't think she's changed much.
Then I guess you need to be prepared for the possibility that she is as bad as the legends say. Though some of the stories also say that she was wronged by Athena and that what was done to her was an injustice.
And Athena just follows the rules, right?
I don't
Okay,
know
enough talking.
what to speak.
Time to do this.
You have a plan for how we're getting inside, I hope?
Maybe. You're here to help?
Always.
Distract him,
Then
I
have a
guess.
plan.
Use a distraction. Maybe another entrance. I doubt there will be another entrance, but I guess a distraction. Because in confronting, I don't think it will get us anywhere. So distraction time. You're here, do your job. It's your time to shine.
Hi, this is where the comic convention is, right? I hope I'm not too late for the signing.
Ma'am, I'm afraid you had the wrong address.
What?
Do I?
No. Oh, God. No. No, that can't be right. Do you understand the indignities that I have endured? The weird looks, the body odors. Someone spilled coffee all over my cosplay outfit. No, do not tell me that I got it wrong. I spent $50 on this ticket. I demand my personal photo.
Good job, Freddy. This is what you need besties for. Oh my god. Oh, it's on time? What kind of club is this? Or place?
Such a long day, dreaming of tonight, this sacred bite. Hello, who's that there? You've messed up my flow. Just get your drink, girl, and take your seat. Oh, it's the muse.
And that's why you're singing.
There are sacred bites, and then there's this sacred bite.
Ah, the snakes, the eyes on the hood.
So right, I'm really gonna hate myself tonight.
Medusa, listen, stop, I'm warning you. This is something you don't want to do.
Tell me more about me, look at you. A prime sashimi with opinions too.
Medusa, listen, I'm warning you.
Yes, keep on warning.
It's a musical.
It's something you can't undo.
We are the muse of song.
It's kind of the point, lovely. Now look into
What if I close my eyes? Oh shit.
goes freely every time I see its tendons turning gently.
Find it.
I see it render.
This is trippy as fuck.
What'd you say, Grace? You okay, Grace? Where's the game face this time? You are currently experiencing something I like to call the preparation. Any questions or comments? That's right, it is widely known that I can turn folks to stone. But oh, I won't this time. Cause this time I find dine. That oozy musy bloods my wine this time. Look into me. She's
You flipped that hood.
Yeah, if I close my eyes, you can do shit.
The snakes. You're so good. Finally, some steaks. Oh, the ice thing.
I don't see.
What a difference an actual monster makes.
Changing the beat. There's like 3 paths. You can choose like aggressive, charming, and more logical.
Athena made you like this.
She was mad at me. So,
Well, why was she mad?
she said I'd been bad.
Had you been?
Bad enough for this?
Now look into me.
Let's talk about your feelings some more.
Listen, Medusa, please. Athena hides you, she's ashamed of you. But she profits all the same from you. If she'd done that to me, I'd be like you.
You could never.
If I'd been damaged in a way that you can't undo.
You're not a killer.
I know. Wait. So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
No.
Yes, you do.
You just say so.
What does that mean? Athena knows.
No.
Persephone.
Okay. It's dinner time now. You're not gonna look.
Persephone could help you.
Fine grace.
Don't you see, Medusa? You are just her tool. Your queen's a user.
I know the Princess Peg is Athena.
Slightly tougher.
She's a friend to
But
me.
you're really
We can get you free.
You said to me,
Persephone can get you free.
so free.
Is that a yes?
That's a maybe.
Maybe what?
No, Freddy, no.
Something?
Okay, chill. Okay, chill.
That depends. What do you think, Medusa? Will you help me out?
So that were the spray cans for.
What exactly is it that you want, pretty muse?
You know I'm not the killer, therefore you should know who it is. You try to call it. Do you know what happened to Calabi? You don't know. So you must know, because if you know I'm not the killer, then you know what happened to
Isn't
her.
it obvious? Tell us what you know about Calliope's death.
Blast! This is why I didn't tell Lady Athena. I knew it would come back to haunt me. I only followed pretty Calliope to the reliquary. I didn't touch her. I didn't even know she'd been attacked until I saw her flee.
So you were there.
You did not even know that much.
Basically.
Is this the same reliquary Pan wants you to go to?
Small world.
Oh.
She was at the reliquary the eve she died, but I had no part in the muse's death.
In theory, only Athena and Hecate are right to the knowledge of the books in there. Who
You said
attacked
Calliope
Calliope?
was attacked. Who could have done it?
I thought it might have been Asterion. I saw the great beast chasing her, as I was.
Pan's friend?
It was not him, alas. He was as confused as I, and not a drop of the muse's blood on him. Yet I realized this too late.
So what happened in the reliquary?
I never entered, so I do not know. A question for Asterion and Hecate, perhaps.
Why didn't you tell
You
Athena?
haven't told Athena any of this?
Didn't you work for her?
You agreed to help, remember?
I told her Calliope was at the reliquary that night. I did not tell her I was also there.
So Athena knows Calliope was attacked there?
Yes, no. If she does, surely not by whom. I am but guessing, however. Lady Athena tells me oh so very little.
I think Athena had to do something to do with Calliope's death. Why were you
followed Calliope to the reliquary? Why were you shadowing her at all?
I am Lady Athena's spy master, yes. Calliope has been...
That's what I've been cooking.
From time to time.
She got rid of her.
Spying on her.
I keep watch over every idol who no longer lives in Olympus, but especially Calliope. When I realized she was headed to the reliquary that eve, I followed. I had a duty to Athena.
I've been saying it from the first episode, like the one who will have the most reasons to get rid of Calliope is Athena. If she wants order, and Calliope was trouble, she probably just wanted to get rid of the variable that could get them into trouble. If she's good.
Did you ever find out why Calliope went there?
I was never close enough to ask. When I drew near to the reliquary, that is when I saw the muse fleeing. She was frightened, bloodied, dying.
Can I check who else was inside?
That made you hungry.
I gave chase, yes, but to discover the truth. I knew Lady Athena would wish to know.
Uh-huh.
And you wonder why I said nothing to anyone. After all,
hey, no,
who
chill.
would believe ugly, monstrous
Chill.
Medusa?
Sure, I didn't say that.
Why should we believe you? You did just try to eat me, remember?
I agreed to help you. I speak the truth.
She has no reason to lie at the moment.
And not at all trying to cover your own ass.
You presented an opportunity. Oh, to taste the sweet, sweet blood of a hero once again. It's a problem. I've been working on it, I really have.
Okay.
I know it's hard to believe what a monster tells you, but it is true.
Okay.
Okay,
I believe you.
let's say we believe you. For the moment.
I've told you everything I know. We have a bargain. You said my curse might be lifted.
I told you Persephone
I'll ask Persephone.
could
That's all
help.
I can do.
Whatever you do, pretty muse, I beg you. Do not tell Athena of my indiscretion. Show mercy.
You helped me more than Athena, so...
It horrifies you. It horrifies me as well. I cannot help what I am. I did not ask to be cursed like this.
Have you done this
Whether
before?
I tell Athena depends. Have you done this before?
Don't you think Athena should know what her spy master is like?
No, she cannot. I am a lost and cursed thing. No idol. If Lady Athena should learn the truth.
Bye. That's unfair. She was the one who cursed you. She made you work for her.
I hope you find what you seek, pretty muse. And that we meet again someday. And sing a different song.
A happy song. Maybe happy birthday. So maybe can I go to Persephone about what just happened? And how did you...
Pondering the big question, Grace. Do we actually believe her?
How did you get in? That is my first question. How did you actually end up getting in?
Seems a little obvious, doesn't it? If Medusa wanted to eat Calliope, why didn't she?
Well, you got away. Maybe Calliope did too.
So Medusa stabbed her and then ran off hoping Athena
She
wouldn't
will have
find out?
wounds.
Now, Medusa's fear was real. She just doesn't want to be blamed.
So the hunt continues? Great. More adventures for me then.
Well, thanks for helping.
Hey, I really appreciate all your help, Fred.
This is a bit dangerous,
I am
but...
so good at this. Who needs to be an idol?
Is this where you offer to be my kick-ass high priestess?
Am I not already? Seriously, am I not?
Yeah, you can be. Can I go talk to Persephone? No, not yet. I'm here. Interesting. Usually.
Oh, if it isn't the lovely Grace.
You knew. Right from the start, you knew Calliope was there that night.
Well, yes. She asked for the key and I gave it to her, no questions asked. I told you I didn't know what happened to Calliope, and that's the truth. I did not. So I nudged you in the right direction.
So we aren't going to the reliquary, or are you somehow trying to find justice for what happened to Calliope? But you don't want to get your own hands dirty?
So you were what? Just trying to be helpful? You still aren't telling me something.
What possible reason would I have to...
Tell me, right now.
Or we'll sing together and you spill your guts.
Medusa learned that Calliope was going to the reliquary because I told her.
And what did you tell her?
Now, before you say anything, I had no idea of the fate awaiting our dear muse. And you yourself said Medusa was not responsible. I simply had to know if I'd inadvertently, rather innocently...
Sold her out? She came to you for help, and you gave her whereabouts to the highest bidder.
I am trying to help, Grace. In my way.
What do you mean, in my way? What way is that?
The way where I don't take all the blame.
Does she want to work?
What else will I discover, Pan? I'd rather learn it now than later.
Spill!
I wish I could tell you, Grace. I truly do.
Then tell me. Maybe we'll start singing, no? But I'm going to talk to Persephone first. To talk to her about Medusa's situation. Maybe she can help. I've seen her like 4 times today.
So soon, Grace?
Yes.
You're practically a regular at the club.
Yeah, I just came from a chat with Medusa, and...
You found her? Well, you're in one piece, so clearly my fears were unfounded.
I'm resilient.
No, they were completely founded, actually.
Yeah, she almost ate me.
Maybe I better explain what happened.
So this and that and the other thing, and she almost hit me, but we broke into a song and everything's good.
We never should have brought that monster to the New World. Athena is a fool to think Medusa can be controlled. You're fortunate to have made it out in one piece. It could have gone very poorly for you.
Can you help her? If only you'd been there.
You're right. I should have brought you to protect little old defenseless me.
Ah. If I'd gone, you would have found nothing more than an empty building, I assure you.
Because you're so big and scary.
Oh my god.
I'm glad you appreciate my finer qualities.
At any rate, Medusa might be in the clear. Pan, however, is not.
Pan might admit something unintentionally, but he can...
Oui.
Now then, unless you've something else to ask?
No, not really. I'll see you later, Persephone.
Did my headphones fail? Or did the dialogue get cut off for a moment there? What the fuck? Can I talk to you some more? Or are you going to tell me, you don't have any more questions, go away? Maybe?
Well, if it isn't Grace appearing at my doorway once again. A pleasure, as always. Something specific on your mind?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'll see you later, Persephone.
Yeah, she looks so cool. Apparently no, she actually was a gangster previously. Because the previous Persephone passed her idol on to a mobster's wife right after she died, like the previous Persephone, and she had killed the husband. So she had to take over her husband's stuff because other people went after her. So she's a bad bitch. Okay, oh.
When I opened that shipping container, I was expecting, I don't know, rats.
Glowy rats.
Yeah.
Instead we have... Where the hell are we?
It's hard to say. Weren't we going to some kind of library?
That's true. So I was
That's
told...
how Pan described it. He said it was a, what's the word? A reliquary?
That is where relics are kept, like magic items, like when we played D&D.
This is nothing like D&D.
Well, I
D&D
don't know
with
about
gods.
you, Grace, but if a dragon came flying out of that mist, I would not be the least bit surprised.
You are such a nerd.
Speaking of, how much do you actually know about Hecate and this idol you're supposed to help?
They are in cahoots with each other, apparently, maybe. I don't know. His name was... it reminded me of the one guy from Baldur's Gate, but I forgot.
The idol we're here to help is
Asterion.
named Asterion.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
You know who that is, right?
No.
No.
Actually, no.
Should I?
That's the Minotaur's real name. You know, big bullhead, horns, lives in a giant labyrinth.
Pan did not mention that.
Why am I not surprised?
And he has love problems? Or something?
This Minotaur. You don't think he might be dangerous, do you?
Well, traditionally he eats people, but he was also supposed to have been slain by the hero Theseus.
Well, not so slain after all. Pan says he has a problem with his love life.
Maybe they're together.
Maybe he needs to stop eating all his girlfriends? Okay, I knew that sounded wrong the moment I said it.
Oh no! I didn't think of that. Maybe he should eat his boyfriend.
Do you know anything about this Hecate? It's not a name that rings bells.
Let's see. Well, she was the goddess of witchcraft, the really dark kind.
Oh.
But she's never really portrayed as evil. She was more of an outsider, lived alone, off in her little corner of the underworld. Do you think that's where we could be? Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I bet knowledge is important to her. It could be an angle if you talk to her.
Will be. For you,
An
maybe.
angle for you, maybe. Books are your thing.
She says, knowing full well she's the smartest person I've ever met.
If I'm so smart, how am I in this predicament?
Bad luck.
It's not a predicament, Grace. It's an adventure.
We should go inside instead of standing out here in the fog.
It's more of a mist, really.
A mist potentially full of monsters.
In we go, then. Are you really planning on doing that favor for Pan?
I don't have any other options at the moment.
Honestly, the reliquary is what I'm really interested in.
Ooh, a plan C. Go on.
There has to be some magical relic that could help me out. The trick will be finding it and getting my hands on it.
That will be a trick, yeah. I love your plans.
And also kind of illegal since only Hecate and Athena are supposed to touch the relics. Are you Hecate? You are tall as fuck. And that's the door to the
I
Minotaur.
guess the Titan thing is literal, huh?
So she's a Titan? She's not...
Mortals within the reliquary. Who permits this intrusion, this sacrilege? This knowledge is not meant for the likes of you. I shall grind you into the dust from whence you came.
Pan sent me here to fix the Minotaur's love problems for some reason. I'm not mortal.
But I'm not mortal! Wow, does that sound weird coming out of my mouth?
You, perhaps, but the one with you? Mortals cannot learn of the knowledge kept here.
She won't read a thing, don't worry. Don't worry. Freddy is special.
Freddy's not just any mortal. She's special. And she already knows about the idols.
Smile and
We have
wave.
been revealed.
Oh no.
We are undone!
So dramatic.
No, not undone. I swear, I can go if you want. I will. I'm not gonna tell a soul. It's enough
No, they
that I
won't
even
believe
got
you
to
anyway.
see this place. It is so amazing. It's like the Great Library of Alexandria, which, you know, was destroyed, and one of the greatest tragedies of human history.
Oh, maybe she like her?
I have created this sanctuary at great cost. Knowledge is fragile and must be respected.
Oh, she's normal sized. Okay, let's start over.
Maybe we should start over. My name's Grace. It's a pleasure to meet you.
No, you cannot be Grace.
Well, I'm Calliope.
Sure am.
Then Calliope is dead.
Yes.
Is that now? I thought that was not for another 11 months yet.
Wait, what? Wait. You knew what happened? What do you mean, like 11 months? Do they have like an expiration date or something? Or was she planning to die but died sooner than expected?
Wait, what? You knew Calliope was going to die?
No, I am not informed of this for another 11 months and 3 days.
Wait.
Or I could just tell you now?
That cannot be. It is written.
Excuse me, what the fuck?
Yes, it's right here. Calliope joins Grace's band. They become friends. Months later, there is an automobile accident and...
An accident? No, that's not what happened.
Are you
So
saying
it was supposed to be...
the books are wrong?
Apparently, I'm here now. You have a problem.
Guess I'm not the only one with a problem.
Oh my god.
But this cannot be.
The sooner you accept that someone, somehow, screwed up your magic books, the sooner we can get on to figuring out what happened.
Uh-oh. You will explain. We will both sit, and you will explain. There will be tea.
Spill the tea. We're here to spill the tea. What?
It is clear something unanticipated has occurred. Something outside the realm of fate.
You can mess with fate.
Is that even possible?
It is, but I must follow the threads back to their source to find the origin of the deviation. It may take years of research.
We don't have that much time. I only have a week.
Years.
I have a week.
That is unfortunate. If there is nothing else, I must ask you both to leave so I may begin at once.
No, I'm supposed to fix the Minotaur's love problem.
Is there no way to speed that up? Whoever's behind it might be the murderer.
Such threads are not so easily untangled. I must consult the Moirai, if indeed they are not the ones responsible.
The Moi what?
You might know them
Fates.
as the Fates. They, or any beings of a sufficiently cosmic nature, have the power to undo the order of things.
That does not sound good.
Certainly not. They are also not beings I can summon at a whim to solve your mystery. I am sorry.
Wait. So, on one hand, like, Apollo is the god of prophecy, okay? So, in theory, if he tells you your prophecy, you can change it. Like, if you don't know it, anything could happen. But the moment you know it, you can change it. But here it seems like everything is written anyway, unless you can change it? I don't know the connection of each fate part. So if you know it, you can change it, but apparently it's also written, but apparently the fates can also mess with it. Well, can I meet Asterion?
Actually, I came here to speak to Asterion. If, he is here.
A visitor for Asterion? How strange.
Why is it getting funky music? Is it time for song?
Oh, are we doing guests? Is that a thing?
He looks like a sweetie, what the fuck?
Wow, okay. Freddy was right.
As if there was any doubt.
My old friend, this is Grace. She is our muse from the line of Calliope, and it is she who asked for you.
Pan sent me?
I'm here on behalf of Pan. He owes you a favor? Something to do with...
No, not Pan. Nah, never heard of him.
Asterion, of course you know Pan.
Wait.
No idea what he'd want. No, sir, no favours. Nah, not this Minotaur.
What?
There you have it, Grace.
Wait.
I believe now is the time when you leave.
But
Maybe...
there must be some mistake.
Let me
There
talk
is
to
no
him.
mistake. Not this time.
Are you
No,
sure
let
about
me talk
that?
to him.
Because I'm not going.
Let me fix your love life.
It is written.
Did you hear that?
Fuck.
Pan sends me all this way and Asterion won't even talk to us?
I shouldn't have
Maybe
mentioned
there's
him.
another Asterion?
Yeah, more likely Pan's got me chasing my tail. This was pointless.
I fucked
Well,
up.
I don't think we're getting back inside. Do you have another plan?
Maybe Asterion likes Pan, and that's why he's so like, I don't know him. No, I won't talk about it. Maybe he rejected him, and I don't know. time to use my power so they
I
spill the
don't know if
beans.
my powers will even work on Hecate, but it's worth a shot.
Ooh,
At least
a
I will get a
musical
Kika
number.
song.
Do you think this one could be... do you hear what I'm hearing?
Posterior?
Oh, you still here?
Or maybe you didn't want to say
That's
anything in
run
front
the
of
entire-
Hecate?
Oh, that's a long way, innit?
Wait, what?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send you away, alright? I just couldn't tell you, not in front of Kate.
Maybe do you have a crush on Hecate and that's why you didn't want to talk in front of her? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. The tea is hot. Well, Kate, I guess it's for Hecate because Kate maybe. Tell me, why not in front
Why
of her?
couldn't you... Wait. Are you saying what I think you're saying? Oh, this is so great. I love this.
I heard what you said about Calliope. I can help you. I really, really can. It has to be you. I am so in love with my dear sweet Kate. I just don't know how to tell her. Please help me tell her.
I love so.
Why
Do you really call Hecate Kate? Off topic, I know, but I have to ask.
Well, sometimes she has to go into the mortal world for a short time and do things for Athena.
So she goes by Kate?
And...
Well, she had to make up a magic disguise, a new identity. And I thought she should give it a proper name.
And you suggested Kate?
Yeah, she really liked it. She said, "Thank you, Asterion."
Let me get this straight. You're in love with Hecate. That Hecate.
Oh, mate, Kate is...
Mate.
She's just the best. Like, she knows everything and she always smells so good. Like, she's so nice to me and she doesn't even have to be. Oh, we got stuck in the tower together because we can't live in the mortal world.
Why not?
I know. I sometimes meet as that grisly texture I don't like.
You killed her cat? Oh, no.
What the fuck?
It was a small cat. I panicked. I'm just not good at words. Right? Really not good.
No, the cat.
Are you really the Minotaur? Like, the monster who roamed a maze and
No, he
ate
kills
people?
cats.
And is supposed to be dead?
Yeah, that's another thing.
Well, my father locked me up in a labyrinth, but I never ate anyone.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Okay.
Except Theseus. But he was a bellend.
Wait, didn't Theseus slay you, apparently?
Okay, so you're in love with Hecate. What is it you think I can do?
A muse knows about poetry and the heart and how
That's
to
why
make
Pan
words
sent me
beautiful.
here.
All I want is to ask her, but I need good words. Please say you'll help me.
Write her a poem. What if she turns it
Hecate
down?
might say no. You know that, right?
Well, she probably will. I mean, she's Kate. And I'm me. But just once, I'd like to be able to ask her, to say it out loud instead of thinking it.
No.
I'll still help you. No matter what she says. I promise.
I do this and you'll help me in return, right?
Athena made Kate swear she's not allowed to say anything about what happens at the tower. But she never made me swear.
Oh,
Maybe
look
she
how...
never thought anyone would ask. But I'll tell you. Even if Kate doesn't like it, I'll tell you.
If I do this first.
If you help me, any trouble will be worth it.
I don't know. Doesn't this feel a little weird?
I love
Which
some...
part?
Helping him woo her with my powers.
You heard what Pan said. You can't make anyone do anything they don't want to do. You can only make them say what's in their
This is
heart.
just a little nudge.
Yeah, that's the part I can't do.
I guess we do this.
I can't say I'm exactly sure what to do.
I
Can't
guess
you
we
just,
start.
start the music?
Yeah, but to do what?
Oh, leave that to me. I am so excited about this, I can't even stand it.
What exactly did you have in mind, Freddy?
Oh my god, here comes the ballad.
You go for it.
I'm not great at words. I'm more of a dancer.
Well,
Just
dance.
speak from the heart. Be honest. You can do
I
it.
love dance. Oh my god. I believe in you.
You cast a spell on me. Not literally, obviously. But I feel in summary, you and me are meant to be. 'Cause you put a hex on me.
Oh no.
You didn't do it to me.
Oh my god. I'm suffering.
I'm not blaming you specifically, just that metaphorically. Shit.
Compliment her.
Someone help me.
It's okay. Okay, what are some of the things you love about her?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hecate, with you there's so much to love. Oh, I'm not saying you're fat.
Oh my god. Man.
Tell her something she doesn't know about herself.
Oh, Katie, to me, you know you in rapture?
Ooh, good word.
Is your pallid skin, your lips are so thin, your love of books.
Asterian, I have but one thought. Why is it that you seem so distraught?
Because he doesn't have the words.
In love with me? You couldn't possibly. Really?
Yes.
Oh, you're doing great.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You've cast a spell on me. It's a feeling that's killing me. But let's say categorically, oh Katie, it's just you and me.
What are her thoughts on this?
I cannot hide from my reality. I can't help but think it's best.
No!
That you.
I won't let you speak next time.
I feel so little joy. My want is to destroy. You will come to resent me. I'm truly fond of you. Yet now it appears that you love me. How can you be so sure? What is my allure?
He doesn't even have the words to describe it.
I could never make you cry.
It's not my tears I fear. What if I lose you?
Does she love him too?
I feel so powerless.
No! Keep going.
Let me be crystal clear. Do you believe this love of yours shall persevere?
How long has he been in love with her?
Face it won't disappear. My virtues are few, and if we see this through, the pain that we share may be too severe.
Oh, of course she sings my song better than I do.
I help you. I help you.
This is a disaster. Grace, help me.
Hecate, if you don't mind, I'll take the floor because I feel obliged to help this minotaur. He's a bit absurd, he gets stuck on a word, but he flies like a bird when you walk in the door. Could the love of your life be right under your chin? Well, there's no need to guess, he's already moved in.
Please understand, Grace, it's not him I can't face. My heart is a difficult place to admire. Hot coals at its core, burned so many before, yet he carries this torch, unaware of the fire. I'm tempted, but what you're all telling me is nothing will go wrong, for it's destiny. Have you truly considered this carefully? Black magic takes a toll, and if you lose control, the cost is paid by reality. Is my heart worth everything going amiss?
Yes, yes.
I cannot protect you from the dark abyss, so don't dismiss, just resist.
Go for it. Go for it.
You think that I don't know the darkness inside of me. You know the stars, but do you remember your history? I love the person I have become. You changed me. Come with me.
Freddy's me.
Come with me.
Yes, yes, yes.
Come with me.
You deserve a love story. They're going, that is going to be fun. Just, I know that seems a bit unserious.
Asterion.
Kate?
It seems you've cast a spell on me.
You will not regret this.
Not
A
yet.
giant woman, a giant woman.
You cast a spell on me to think I shall have my own story. You cast a spell on me, and we shall write it together.
Yippee!
You've cast a spell on me, a tale of romance and glory. You've cast a spell on me, but do we have enough leather? You've cast a
What?
spell.
Wait, for what? For what? For what? Save that for the bedroom. This is awesome. Yippee! They're together. Something I do right. Yippee.
Well, that was diverting. You felt this way the entire time, Asterion, and you said nothing?
I didn't think I was worthy. I mean, look at me. I'm only,
Get it.
you know, half a
Get it
man.
indeed.
You have been a devoted friend over the long and lonely years, Asterion. I only wish I had realized sooner we could have been more.
You can start now.
As for you, Grace, I thank you for arranging this diversion, however it came to pass.
Don't look at it that way, man. Wasn't it written?
I don't get it. Didn't you know this would happen? Wasn't it written? Of course it was. It was also written that I would be unaware of Asterion's feelings until he spoke them to me.
But you knew that.
You know
I
how...
follow the rules. It is written.
So you knew but didn't know. What is it? What is this? It was Freddy's idea.
You have Freddy to thank. It was her idea. A mortal with a clever idea.
Yes, it's great.
How novel.
Thanks.
You will need to visit again in the future. There will be tea. Come, Asterion. I wish to speak of this further. And find an appropriate outfit.
Weren't you supposed to help me? Okay, never mind.
Hey, wait for me
Okay.
outside, yeah?
Yeah. I hope you're end of the deal.
How long are we supposed to wait?
Oh my God.
It's been over an hour.
I'm sure it's fine, Grace. I doubt the Minotaur would break his promise. Say, what'd I tell you?
Whew. You still here? I'm sorry. Kate had a lot to say.
You're using the same outfit? Oh my God. I haven't been going over the hiragana I learned. I'm so weak. I forgot, I'm sorry. I've disappointed you. Let me look this up. That's the reason I haven't put a learn Japanese stream this week, so I could go over the ones I know or I'm supposed to know, because there were so many last time that I need time to process it. Well, even if I knew Medetashi, I don't know that word anyway. Omedeto, I know, but Medetashi, no. I don't know Medetashi. Yeah, Medetashi. Yeah. Yeah, I looked it up right just now. But yeah, I didn't know Medetashi. No, O me de to. But that isn't an O, no? No, O. It isn't O. Thank you. But yeah, we got them together. Finally, something goes wrong. Goes wrong, no. Goes right. Is everything okay?
Everything's okay, I hope?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was so wonderful. Kate just wanted to talk about feelings and that, which, well, neither of us are good at.
You need another song?
So, I suppose you want to know how Calliope broke into the reliquary that night.
We heard part of the story from Medusa. She saw Calliope fleeing from the reliquary, bleeding.
And when Medusa ran after her, that's when she ran into you.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I was also chasing after Calliope. She'd broken in. Why she did? Hecate can't figure out. She didn't touch anything or take anything, but somebody attacked her when she was here.
Athena. I still think it's Athena. Medusa was staying outside, and that's why she saw Calliope flee from this place. So whatever attacked her was inside the reliquary, and only Athena, Hecate, and apparently Asterion are allowed in, or allowed. Or it's more like they can look through stuff. How do you know
How do
was
you
taken?
know Calliope didn't touch or take anything?
Kate knows everything in the reliquary, right down to the last book. She's been looking, but she can't figure if anything was touched. It makes her so mad not to know. And it made Athena pretty mad
Japanese
too.
phrase. I see.
Athena got involved?
Yeah, when Kate finally told her, Athena wants Kate to keep investigating, but it doesn't look good.
So, is it like a regional thing? That it depends on region, because I think depending on some regions, there's some words that may be pronounced differently. Like in Spanish, for example, there's also like different areas, and some have used like different words in Spanish that may mean different things, or like used in different ways. Maybe is it something like that? So Athena knows what happened here.
Athena knows what happened here the night Calliope died?
Yeah, Kate told her a day or so later, I think. We didn't know Calliope died that night, though.
What? Athena didn't mention it?
Nope. Not that that's weird. She's not the chatty type, you know. She came in all quiet and cool, wanted to know who was here that night and what Calliope might have wanted. She swore Kate to silence. Not me, though. Guess she's not as smart as Kate.
Any chance to praise Kate.
What relics are there? Maybe Calliope was looking for one, but couldn't find it before...
Yeah, that I'm not supposed to say.
Do you have the golden fleece, the shield of Zeus, the sword of Damocles? Is it suspended?
You know a lot about that stuff for a mortal.
So it's all real?
I can neither confirm nor deny any of that. All I know is that nothing got used and nothing got taken.
Fair enough.
You chased Calliope, but did you ever catch up with her?
No. If I'd have caught her, I'd have brought her back and Kate would have gotten answers out of her.
Are you fast enough?
After I ran into Medusa, Calliope was long gone. Only thing I found was Pan's key.
You mean this key? The one Pan gave me?
Yeah. Well, Calliope must have dropped it. I sent it back to Pan.
Huh.
How could Calliope have gotten Pan's key?
The same way you did, I guess. Pan must have given it to her. There's only a few keys to get into the reliquary. Athena doesn't want the idols to come here much.
And Pan has one. That's odd.
Why Pan has a key?
Yeah, so, I made it for him a while back. Different favour.
Favors, I see.
Couldn't Medusa have been the one who attacked Calliope?
I thought maybe because she was chasing Calliope too. Why would she do that? But now I don't know. Medusa never got into the reliquary. I sure never let her in.
Couldn't Medusa have broken in like Calliope did?
Yeah, but I chased Calliope from the reliquary. If Medusa had been there, I would have seen her.
If it wasn't Medusa, who else could have attacked Calliope here? Who had access?
It was just me and Kate. I didn't see anyone that night other than Medusa.
How did Calliope get inside?
Well, she must have snuck in the back way. Where do you think I keep running from? Until the alarms went off, though, we didn't even know anyone was here.
So maybe the other the one who attacked her was also like escaped from the back?
Did you say the reliquary has alarms? Like burglar alarms, cameras?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just has a lot of protections. You know, magic.
I don't know magic, actually.
Oh, well, it's just meant to keep the dangerous stuff from being touched. That's how Kate knows nothing was touched or stolen. We just don't know what did happen. Yet.
Then Medusa's story checks out. She was here, yeah, but she was never in the reliquary.
And Pan's name popped up. He sent you here, Grace, to do some favor, yet he had to know Calliope came here that night.
Which he failed to mention, for some reason.
For some reason.
If that's all you need, then I have to go. Kate will be so mad if she finds me gone. Good luck, Muse.
You okay there, friendo?
I'm missing something.
I just can't help but feel like I'm missing something right in front of me.
How so?
Calliope came here for a reason. Why? Someone has to know because they knew she was here.
Pan knew.
And Athena knows what went down here. She can't honestly still think it was me, can she?
One thing at a time, Grace. You'll figure it out. I know you will.
I guess so. Next thing is to go to Pan, confront him.
What an adventure.
Sorry?
You're just lucky, Grace. Luckier than you think. You go do what you have to, and I'll meet you back at the apartment.
Luckier. Okay. If I don't solve this murder mystery in a week, I'm dead. How is that lucky? I was just minding my own fucking business.
I hope you're here, because I don't know where else to look for you.
Of course I'm here, Grace. Where else would I be but amongst the trees and
Can
the
I talk to you about the goat statue?
I really must thank you, by the by. Asterion is simply over the moon, and he's already repaid me with this select tome from the reliquary.
You wanted a book?
That's why you did all this? Because you wanted some book?
Not just some book, but a tome from the forbidden depths.
I doubt Hecate would be pleased.
Oh, most assuredly not. Neither would Athena, which makes it all the more delicious.
And Katie is going to be mad because something is going to be missing.
I trust you got what you needed. More grist for the mill of your innocence, as it were.
You already knew I would, right?
Oh? Did I?
Come on, Pan. How stupid do you think I am? The place you sent me for this favor just happens to be where Calliope was attacked. You gave her the key. The same one you gave me. What's the angle? Tell me why I shouldn't be suspicious, Pan.
The truth is Calliope asked me for the key that night, no questions asked. Why would I refuse her? The truth is also that I have no idea what happened to her there. I wanted you to discover that on your own. I suppose the question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
I think so. Again, you wouldn't be helping me if you were the one who did it, because it means it will end up with you, getting discovered. So yeah, I think so.
I probably shouldn't, yet somehow I still do.
Then you are unlike the other idols, Grace, for they have all cast aspersions my way for as long as I've existed. And what have I done, beyond the occasional prank or honest betrayal? I've never lied to you, Grace, and I never shall. If you're looking for innocence, however, well, I'm afraid that's one thing I cannot provide.
What if I discover you're lying to me after all?
You'll do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll see where that takes us.
Fair enough. Do I want his help? He's going to ask for favors. I have somewhere good, I hope.
Good. Somewhere I'm not on trial.
Oh, my. You do know how to spoil the mood, don't you?
I'm on a time limit.
You could live the high life, Grace. Throw caution to the wind. Embrace what you can before you...
Yeah, I perish in 2 days. Excuse me.
Before I die?
What the fuck? What the fuck, man?
You don't have any hope for me, do you? You're just taking what you can get before it's over.
I've seen this story many times, Grace. I've told this story many times. And it always ends the same way.
What's the point of even getting to know me then? Right?
Yeah, for fun. For fun because he's bored. And I'm the latest toy, probably. Can I talk to Persephone some more? Every chance I get, I go to Persephone. Hey, so this happened. The reliquary.
Well, if it isn't Grace appearing at my doorway once again. A pleasure, as always.
Basically reporting everything
Something
to you.
specific on your mind?
No, not really.
Okay, never mind then.
I'll see you later, Persephone.
Let's go to Grace's apartment. I should read the journal, but I think I'll leave it for... I think this will end the... Well, Act 2.
Oh, hi, Grace. I can just call you Grace, right?
Yeah.
That's my name. Where's Freddy?
That's who. Where's Freddy?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
Were you looking for me?
Waited. Were you looking for me?
For what?
All over, yeah. Athena sent me to find you, but it wasn't easy. Yeah, you must have been busy.
Yeah, because I stand trial soon.
Right. Right, that makes sense. Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Is this what you do?
This is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me.
Yeah.
Which, you know, extra cool, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I can connect any two doorways anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
Yeah, now where they say it's easy because they go by they them. They don't go by he him or she her. So I guess that's why. You're running errands.
But do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't
Because
be
this
this
is species.
nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
You mention the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
You were buddies?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time, and he took me in. Everyone's on the same journey, he used to say. Only the roads are different. And then he went on his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
Wait, isn't he still inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
It was only a year.
Not yet.
Yeah, a year.
It's only been a year. Maybe I'll feel him again one day. That'd be nice.
Until he takes over you and you are the same
Do I
person.
have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually. She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
Because I'm discovering shit she doesn't want me to discover.
Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's everywhere. Watching.
So what, she just never leaves the building?
She'll go to the reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
So that's why she didn't appear like modern like the rest of them.
I suppose
Makes
there's no
sense.
point in putting it off. Do your thing. Take me to Olympus.
Okay.
Oh, when you see Freddie, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
What?
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you know, you got it together really quick.
Thanks, I guess.
I see. Well, otherwise I will crumble and probably not do shit and be dead in a week. I guess this is the end of Act 2. Wait. Oh, interesting. At the beginning of the game, they made us choose between the main traits. I didn't expect them to make us choose again. Soul and Charisma. I chose Clever, even though most of the time I'm not choosing clever options. I can only choose between the two remaining ones. I see. On one hand, when it comes to songs, I've been choosing Kick-Ass a lot more. On the other hand, originally I was between Charming and Clever. There was a moment when I was like, why can't we be friends? And then the option appeared like, can we just be friends? So let's go with Charming this time.
There you are, Grace. Do have a seat.
Oh.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
This is still Act 2, right?
You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Unless we went into Act 3 and I didn't
I'm
notice.
uncertain how you got access, but even you must have realized it's off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
So you know, but you still don't know who killed Calliope? I had to prove my... You know what happened there, first of all. Fuck you, I'm not going to indulge you.
Calliope was attacked.
Yet it's not where she died, Grace, is it?
So because she made it all the way to my apartment, we shouldn't care why she was bleeding to death along the way.
Athena?
You think our judgment was rash? It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder.
You don't care about justice then, what the fuck?
I am sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. You don't care, no. Like you care about Medusa?
Like you care about Medusa?
You cursed her. I'm not going to mention that she tried to eat me.
She lives like that because you cursed her. Have you even tried to undo it? I'm betting not, because she's useful like this, and that's where your caring ends.
Call her out! Call her out!
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished into the ether. Poseidon was next. Walked out into the seas, never to be heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered. And by one of our own. The list goes on.
So you add to it?
So you add to it. I show up and you kill me off because you can't be too careful.
We are dying, Grace.
Yeah, but killing me
I don't mean diminishing or drifting apart. I mean, our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more.
And what's the issue with that?
We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power
Maybe
to
your
avoid
time has
that
passed,
fate,
what the fuck?
even if it appears unfair.
Maybe your time has passed, just let it go. I could have helped you?
Yeah, it's too bad.
Now you have 1 second. Now you have 2 options then.
5 minutes, and I've been out there solving problems you've all wrestled with for how long now?
Yep.
I could have helped you, Athena. I could have helped all of you. But you don't see that, do you? You're so busy holding on to what you have. You can't see what you're throwing away.
I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is.
I will if it proves my innocence.
If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
Fuck you. Let's discuss Medusa.
Well, let's talk about Medusa.
Again, if you wish. What of her?
Why don't you undo her curse? Why don't you help her?
Was I right? That you haven't even tried to undo the curse that you inflicted on her?
I wish I could remove the curse. I'm afraid the Athena who bestowed it is long gone. She was prideful, that Athena. As prideful as she was powerful, I'm ashamed to say.
The current Athena is responsible for everything she's done.
I am well aware, Grace. What is it that you would have me do exactly?
I don't know, give her an alternative, maybe? Stop using her, for example. Like, you know, one thing is if you cursed her, okay? Previous Athena, whatever, okay, I can't really blame current Athena for that, but you're using her. You don't only curse her, but also use her. Why do you add to her misery? Like, no,
How
stop.
about you stop treating her like a servant? Maybe send her somewhere she won't be tempted all the time.
Oh, well, if you happen to hear of a diet camp for man-eating monsters, by all means, do let me know.
I don't know, maybe people who are...
if there isn't anything else.
About to die, maybe? Or I don't know, prisoners with a death sentence, maybe? There's options! There's options!
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. Been sniffing around you, has he?
What do you expect me to do?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
Yeah, but for now he has been the most helpful out of all of you when I first started. Because nobody pointed me in any fucking direction, so... I don't know, maybe I have to be careful of you. Sleepy season run. Okay, have a good night. Sleep well. Oh, Yasumi.
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
Yes, me.
Sort of, but I feel like I'm missing something important. Maybe the goddess of wisdom could help me out?
It would be helpful to know what Calliope was doing at the reliquary, but she's not available to ask. Not until you regain her memories, at least.
And
Why
you won't
not
allow me to
put
regain
off
her.
the trial until then? Seems like a good way to solve all this. Yeah?
Oh.
And trust what you decide to share? I think not.
That's also fair, but still, what the fuck?
Who has access to the reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Does it matter? You gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get.
Because of Pan.
Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
You know what? No, I'm not going to tell you. I won't tell you. Or should I say... No, I think if I say same way Calliope got it, then they'll know it's Pan, and he will put him in a... He will put him in a tough position. I won't tell you. Fuck you. You haven't helped me. I don't have to help you.
I'd rather not say.
Fuck you, man.
Well, you're loyal, at least.
Yeah.
I had to ask.
I don't trust you.
Speaking of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true.
Yet, have a key?
Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew.
If she was attacked there,
perhaps not.
How the fuck I was supposed to get in?
Risk of uncertainty, Grace.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
This is so dumb. What the fuck? She was attacked at the reliquary. She flew from there. When came to my home and everyone's supposed to have attacked her in the library, I have no access to. What the fuck?
I guess I'll get back to my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace. If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all,
give me more time.
I will take it.
Will you? Really?
No. No. That's a no. That's a no.
Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
I don't trust those cookies. Fuck those cookies.
Don't take it personally, Grace. Athena's first instinct is to follow the rules whenever things get rough. As if she believes that if the idols don't blindly follow every rule to the letter, we'll dissolve into utter chaos.
Well, is she right?
Probably.
Are idols really
Do
dying?
you think she's telling the truth? About the idols dying out?
I'm not sure. I mean, if it is true, why hasn't she told the rest of the chorus?
It sounds like she doesn't trust you.
Yeah.
Well, the feeling is mutual. At any rate, I'm afraid we're going to have to disappoint her again.
Uh-oh. What now?
You need to go back to the reliquary, Grace.
You know, Athena said something to me. That it'd be nice to know what Calliope was doing there in the first place.
And she's correct.
It's the only piece of the puzzle we're missing. Calliope went there because she had a plan. But what plan?
If she left clues behind, wouldn't Hecate have found them already?
That's a really good question.
We can't ask Calliope what her plan was. But you might be able to remember what she was doing there.
Her memories?
Isn't it a bit too soon?
But I thought...
That it will take years, yes. But if you go somewhere important to Calliope, or touch something special to her, you'll get flashes, feelings.
You want Grace to go to the reliquary so she can have déjà vu?
I'm willing to wager the place Calliope met her fate has left its mark in Grace's psyche.
Ah, yeah.
We have only to uncover it.
She was attacked there. I still have the key or no?
Are you sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
I do know something about how memories work after the transition, but no, I'm not certain. You want certainty? Wait until your trial. Without discovering more, the outcome of that is certain.
What if Medusa is lying? What about Pan? We could look into him some more, couldn't we?
Oh, my, you're just full of ideas, aren't you? Do you have any suggestions regarding how we might go about doing that?
Déjà vu it is.
Déjà vu. I'm repeating the day before. How will I be looking for?
I do this. What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of who attacked Calliope, or why she was there. Anything we could work with. I've spoken to almost all the idols, and every single one says they hadn't seen or heard from her. If she was keeping to herself, then why now? What started this? We're missing something important, Grace.
What if Grace goes there and the memory she sees is that she attacked Calliope? A Grace
Freddy?
from the future.
Freddy, what the fuck? Freddy, no.
It'd be a twist.
But no.
Is there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
We're running out
That's
of time.
because we are desperate, Grace. Either we take this shot at learning the truth, or we overthrow Athena and the chorus by force, and disregard this stupid trial.
Oh, that sounds more feasible.
She's joking, right? She's joking, right?
We could do that. I'm not against
Last
it.
time Freddy and I were there, Hecate wouldn't let us into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
I'm certainly not suggesting we ask Athena for permission.
Then you mean...
A week ago, I would have said breaking into the reliquary was impossible. Yet it appears Hecate can be surprised. If her book says she will be.
Can you write in her book?
Says that again, I guess.
Unless you've some other plan. I'm all ears, as they say.
It has alarms, that's another
What
thing.
about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well, I'll be following in Calliope's footsteps, won't I? What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
Then they discover you and we apologize profusely.
Okay.
Will not be a good look, though, just saying.
Okay,
Right
no
then.
options.
Back to the reliquary it is.
Any idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
Cool. I'm sure we can figure something out.
What do you think about it?
I can't go in with you. Hecate would sense me right away. I will, however, stay close by. If anything happens, I'll come. Hecate won't stop me. The Minotaur won't stop me. Nothing will.
I like her. I like her a lot. Oh, yeah, I think she loves intensely. I'll do my best.
That's great to know, but I'll try not to make it necessary.
I like her.
Can we just get on with this already?
No, I'm busy. Oh, maybe I didn't fuck up after all. Can I get some rest? Can I? Oh my god, I think, I don't know when Act 3 is going to start. Maybe it will be in a little bit, maybe later. It's already been 3.5 hours more or less since I started, and I have to go eat and shit. Well, not really shit. I don't need to go to the bathroom, but you know, I think, can I, oh my god, can I actually get out? I don't have the option. Fuck. I don't have menu. Maybe I'll start the plan. Okay. What if I'm honest? If I'm honest, like, yeah, I'm coming here to do this. I think I'm just going to be honest. I think that will be the best approach. So there's no risk to get caught because they already know what we're doing. I think that will be best. And she has no reason not to help me, right? Can I? Yes, okay. Yes, that's the thing. My menu. Yeah, I'll continue act 2. I don't know. I was expecting each act to be like 2 hours long, but this is going on for so long already. I think this will be like the last part of act 2, but... Enough. Already, what? How long? 3 hours, 3 hours and 20. I have to eat and stuff. So... Woo! Okay, maybe because I was counting on this taking like 2 hours. Maybe what I will do for next week, one of the afternoons, plan the last part of this, and I will have more time. The problem with the mornings is that I mostly like 3 hours more or less at most, because I have to eat. Unless I start earlier, but I don't think that's a good idea for me because I need to sleep. I need to eat, and I don't think people will show up that early anyway, even though, I don't know, depends on time results. Anyway, doesn't matter, we leave it here, and I'll see when I put the last part of this game next week. We'll see what we uncover, and tomorrow I may do Birth instead of Greece, which I had planned in the first place. Well, I'll see, since I put it off, because I had a sore throat yesterday. I'm going to rest today. Greece is 3 hours, Birth is 2 hours, so maybe it's better if I do Birth. Also, I wanted to do a spooky game a week, and Birth is spooky instead of Greece. But yeah, maybe that. Anyway, to any bot watchers out there, I hope you are enjoying this journey, and maybe let me know your thoughts if you have any in the comments. I would like to know theories and stuff without spoiling, obviously. People don't care about leaving comments. I don't care either. Well, do whatever the fuck you want. I'll see you another time maybe. Bye!